Hello, 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 how's it going, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. Today we are streaming, obviously, Dune Awakening beta again. So it is Monday, the last day of the beta. Wow, it's gone quickly. We have streamed maybe totaling up to about 15, maybe 16 hours of the beta so far. It's been good fun. I've really enjoyed it. Let's hop in. I'm not going to waste any time because realistically, we don't have much time. We have about 2 hours and I think 45 minutes to play the rest of the game. So let's hop onto our world, join the world, and get playing. So I've not really got a set plan today. I kind of did all the Echo Labs yesterday. We did all the crash ships yesterday as well. I think there's only two crash ships, to be fair. Or three. I think there's three. There's 3 crash ships. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4 Echo Labs, I believe, as well. I might be wrong on that, but we did them yesterday as well. So we'll have a little look what else there is to do. Maybe we'll try and do a couple more missions and quests and stuff. I was recording a little bit earlier, and I've got some stuff recorded. So I have got the abilities, all the abilities recorded, etc., etc. So I'm going to have some videos coming out soon just about like all abilities, all settings, all HUD things. Because I haven't done any of that content yet anyway. We did like a lot of ability stuff when we knew some abilities, but now we've got full abilities. We'll do some of that and stuff. How's it going, Matt? Hope you're doing well. How's it going, Metal? Yeah, you best believe it. Monday, and especially because it's beta day as well. We're gonna finish off the beta, you know. Gotta finish that off. So, when I was going through some stuff, I didn't really change too much. I changed a couple of how our outfit looks because I was just messing around for customization stuff. Just changed some stuff in our inventory. So let me just put some of the actual stuff back that we want to have equipped. And then we also researched a new skill, which was this one here called Ignore You. Use the voice to force your target to ignore you for a short while. They will act as if you were completely invisible. Voice abilities require a short period for you to register your opponent before they can be used. So we've equipped that. We're going to give that a little go today. And we might try some other abilities as well. We'll just see how we get on. Nice. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's have a little look. What do we want to do? I almost want to go for a little bit more about the building menu because we did unlock some stuff the other day from a trader. And he gave us access to a few different things that we haven't actually placed down yet or had a look at. So let's go through that. Let's go through that now. So what I'm also going to do is just press record. We're going to record this at the same time as streaming it. Just because we're nice and awkward and we want to make sure our PC is going to die on us. So let's get up construction-wise. So this is the construction side of things. And we've got our sub-thief console down, so we can't place another one. We're too close to this one. And we can only have a limit of 2, which is fine, because we don't need to place any more. But I just want to show off some of the stuff. So we've obviously got the foundation stuff, which is what we're on. We've got the walls, the basic walls, and the window walls, which we can see on our base here. The doorways, which we can see here. The stairs, which I have the other side of the base, actually. I've got this just over here. But just going through some of the items in here. So actually, if we press R, we can see everything, right? So we've got the sub-thief console. We've got the advanced sub-thief console. We've got fuel power generator, fabricator, blood purifier, small ore refinery, small chemical refinery, small storage container, and water cistern. Obviously, there is more than this, but we just haven't learned some of the other things. So realistically, all these things there's gonna be more of them here. So we're not going to focus too much on these placeables. We're going to have a little look at decorations. Again, these aren't all the decorations in the game. There's going to be more, and I think there's going to be more you can buy off vendors as well, but just for what we've got. So you've got the lighting, you've got the chair, the couch, desk, wall partition, bookshelf, carpet, wall art 2. Let's have a little look actually what this wall art 2 looks like and see if we can place this down. Just to have a little idea. I mean, it says what it is on the tin, right? It's wall art. We got none of them and none of them as well. On the Chome shelter, sorry, we've got all these different building pieces. So there's quite a few. You got different pillars. You got different doorways. So just running through them all. You got foundation, triangle foundation, rounded foundation, center column, corner column, pillar bottom, pillar middle, pillar top, Wow, so many things. Wall, wall 2, wall 3, half wall, window, door, wide door, passageway, rounded wall 2. Am I going to be reading out these a lot? No, it's just, it's all on this page anyway. Half rounded wall, rounded window 2, triangle wall bottom left, triangle wall bottom right, half triangle wall bottom left, half triangle wall bottom right. Would you look at this? Triangle wall top left, triangle wall top right, half triangle wall top left, half triangle wall top right, rooftop. Oh my god, there's loads. Okay, triangle rooftop, rounded inward rooftop, rooftop 2, floor, triangle floor, rounded inward floor, hatch, angled roof, angled roof corner, angled roof inwards corner, roof cover left, roof cover right, roof cover bottom, roof triangle rooftop, rounded roof, stairs corner, stairs inwards corner, half stairs corner, half stairs inwards corner, ramp corner, ramp inwards corner, half ramp corner, half ramp inwards corner, ladder, railing gate, rounded railing, incline railing, half incline railing. There you go. There is all the building stuff. Definitely lots of options, okay? This is just for the Chome stuff as well. We have got Chome facility. I'm not reading out all this stuff. It is the exact same. It's just in a different color, okay? It's the exact same. At least I hope it is. And if it's not, it's not. But I'm not reading it. I'm not reading it. And then it just goes through the breakdown of each of these in the different ones you've got here as well. So you've got all structural walls, wedge walls, roofs, inclines, special. And it's showing you the kind of materials to build these as well. Like I said, we're not going through those. So that's pretty much the items you got there and the different things. You're going to unlock more sets as you go through. You unlock the Atreides set as you join that house, and you unlock the House Harkonnen building set when you join that house as well. You can betray a house, and then you can have technically both sets. But who wants to start off being House Harkonnen and betray them? Just be Atreides forever. No, I'm sure some people want to get both building sets. I'm a little Paul Atreides sweat, and I am just going to stick to Atreides. So someone else can build the House Harkonnen stuff. I don't want none of that scummy building sets in my base. So you could add items to favorites, maybe? I have no idea. It doesn't look like it's doing anything. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Oh, we're adding... Oh, I think we're adding that section. Oh, no, we're adding each individual one to favorites. And then I think we can go on to... Is it around here somewhere? Oh, no. It brings up the favorites down here below. I'm being stupid. I'm completely missing this. So it brings up the favorites on the bottom bar here. And then when you're actually... You can remove them as well as favorites. So you can get them all off the list. And then just replace them as you want, basically. On here, you've got the rotate. So Alt left, we can rotate which way it is. Outer face, inner face, which is nice. And we can also do adjust height. But we can't do that with the wall here. You can place projection, fill projection. So placing projection, place it there. And if we come off the building side, we won't see it. If we go back onto it, we can hold it and we can build it. And if we demolish that, so if we right click and go all the way down to demolish, we'll get all the, oh God, we'll get all the items back and the other item we just demolished as well. That's the only thing I think they need to hold click to remove that. As a guild, will the game have a shared base design with other players, or will players have their own plot of land and have to build around each other? So how it works is everyone's... it's worked on a permission setting, right? So I'm gonna go through that in just a sec, right? As we go through this. So I'll go for that in just a second. So we've got the build side to the right, which is what we're doing now. We can do piece picker. So if I select this window, we're going to automatically pick this window. If I go back onto it, select foundation, it's going to select this foundation. So it's quite nice. We can repair. So if our stuff's recently been damaged by a sandstorm because we turned our generator off or we ran out of fuel cells, we can go back and repair all the materials, most likely using granite to repair these bits. You can then move stuff, so you can only move stuff inside your base. You can't move doors, as you can see. You've got to demolish them and replace them. But you get all your items back, so that's not an issue. Again, move your sub-thief console as much as you want. Doesn't matter as long as it's in the area. And the same with everything. You know, we got items in this chest, you know? Let's have a look at it. See, it's full chest, and we can still move the items, and the items stay put as well. So it's quite nice. And then obviously, like I said, we've got the demolish setting as well. So we can go around demolishing our stuff, getting the resources back for it, and then rebuilding it if we want to. And it's the exact same stuff with this. We can move this stuff around and replace it. It kind of has a little bit of it locks a little bit. So you can see if we move it a little bit flatter, it should kind of lock a little bit better in place. I think they need to work on that system a little bit, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Going into permissions, so everything has a permission setting. So if we go to our Subthief console, this will give everyone permission to build effectively. So we can go onto here, and you can see our power down in time. That's depending on our fuel cells we've got in there. When there's a storm alert due as well, is there one due soon? We can rename this base here. So rename the base. We can set it as a respawn location. So we actually probably should have this set as our respawn location. Completely forgot to do that. And then we can refuel generators from this point as well. So we can just refuel any fuel cells we've got. It's going to chuck us into the generators. As you can tell, we've got a lot inside our storage chest. So it's dragged them all out of our storage chest and chucked them all into the generator. So it's a nice way if you're like, oh, I need to refuel the generator and I don't know where the hell my fuel cells are. They're somewhere in my chest. You just press refuel generator. It's going to grab all of them and put them into your generator. So 20 days. Here you go. It's going to show our base area, building piece, production, light, storage, decoration, door, and projection on here as well. And then we've got storage. I don't know why you'd have any storage in here, but you can. And then you've got general utilities, so we can enable it, disable the power. Don't know why you would. And then access level here as well. So let's go on to permissions. You can add permissions to people. So you can enter their character name or their Funcom ID and add them in here. And add them into the permissions here. And you can also do this via access level. So who's got access to building your base? Can everyone go to your base and start building it? Can only the guild members go to your base and start building it? Can only the associates that you've made in the guild, that rank, start building? Can only the co-owners build? Can only the owner build in your base? So let's set it as co-owner for now. And then we can do that on every single door as well. So let's say we wanted this door. Let's say, oh, actually, or let's say going over here, right? I really want other players to be able to use this area, this garage space as their own if they want to protect themselves from a sandstorm. We can go up to this door and we can do F to manage. And then we can do door close automatically. Yeah, we can enable that, disable it. Open automatically on foot, enable or disable. Open automatically for vehicle, enable and disable. And we can do the same thing. We can do public access so everyone can access it. We can do guild entry. We can do associate level in the guild, co-owner level or owner level. I think actually these might be in the guild and then also dependent on if you add them on the permissions list as well. So there you go. Well, they got as associates. So associates can come in here. They can't access this bit because as you can see, if we go into this one, oh, it's set to associate. But if we set it to co-owner, then you couldn't get in that. Okay. And you can see which permissions is set to what. So as you can see, this is associate because it's number 3. If we go into here and we change it to guild, that's number 4. And change it to public, and it's number 5. So you can easily tell. You're like going up to this base. You're like, oh, it's 5. Okay, that's our public door. Let's make this not public anymore, right? So you can quickly select that and realize what setting it is on just from looking at the numbers. So if you ever wonder what the numbers mean, that's what it means. Pretty cool. I hope there is a doorless large doors. I'm going to build offices. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm pretty excited. So that's how the permission system works. And you can do that on absolutely everything. So if we go on here, you can do access level and change that as well. And then you've got storage in there as well. And then you've got obviously the basic like crafting menu from here. So pretty cool for permissions, pretty cool for building. There's nothing too much else going on here. Obviously, we've got this as our respawn point. We did put this respawn anchor. We don't, well, the respawn beacon down. We don't actually need that. So we can pick that up here. So we'll respawn at our base because, like we said, we went on to here and we selected set as respawn location. And we pinned that down there. And we've unpinned it. And now we can't pin it again. There we go. Okay, it's okay. When I saw doorless, I mean like the shield thing that only certain people can walk through. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really sick. They're like the Holtzman. Is it not the Holtzman shield? I can't remember what it's called now. Is it Holtzman shield? I can't remember. That's the shield we're wearing, which is this. H enables your shield. It shows your shield in the bottom left. And then as you take lots of damage, that will start draining away as well. And if we use a gun, as you can see here, so we switch to gun, it's going to deactivate our shield. And if we wait, it's going to re-enable it. So you don't have to just re-enable it straight away, which is quite nice. And again, it's not going to deactivate if you've got your, if you're just reloading as well, which is quite nice. I changed shield to a button on my mouse. That's a good idea. I normally just try and keep my shield on, but it's probably a good idea, especially in the deep desert, to have it as an easy select button. So on your mouse is quite a good call from there. So let's have a little look and see. Maybe we can try and see if we can find some more PvP battles. So it seems to be the busiest place is the Wreck of Palace normally. So we're going to go right to the front of this because it's going to be the best entry way. And hopefully we can find some players to interact with. If not, then so be it. But you never know. We'll give it a whirl. I think we've got all the items we want on us. We've got our sand. Not sand, sorry. I just saw sand on the screen and I was like, what is going on? We got our water. We can probably refuel on some of this more water. Actually, let's drink this. And we've got health kits in the bottom right as well. We've got all the items we need. We've got swords. We've got daggers, etc. Let's hop on our bike. And let's go over to this other area. You didn't get to... There was no one there, so you didn't get to experience PvP in the beta. It's a shame, actually, because it has felt like rather quiet in some of the PvP areas in the Hagar Basin. But, you know, I think that's going to happen. The Hagar Basin's going to be a lot more like PvE players on it. And then the Deep Desert is where, well, most of the PvP players are going to be playing on. So I feel like it's going to be a rare occasion, but it's just something you've got to be careful of, I guess, when exploring those areas. But I think when we're in the beta, we obviously want to have some PvP interaction because we don't have the Deep Desert, so it's understandable. How's it going, Sneaky? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. So hopefully we can find some more people. We've only come across one player, and the issue that I have come across, actually, is it's not a bug or anything to say, but it's something that needs work on, is when you kill a player, they will respawn on their bike, which is normally parked outside the base, obviously, like anyone would. Like, we're going to do the exact same. So if you kill someone, which we did, we killed someone in one of these PvP areas, and then he instantly came back in and started damaging me. I forgot that you could just spawn back on your bike as a respawn point, and then he killed me, and then he took my loot. So it's a bit of a problem, I think. I think that needs to be re-looked at and reassessed and how that's going to work, because I don't think that's fair. I think especially if it's a long fight as well and it lasts for quite a while, is it fair for you to win that fight, steal their loot, and then they quickly respawn and get the edge on you because they've just respawned quickly? I don't know if that's fair. I don't know if that's fair. I think they need some work on it. I think they need to work on that. Whether you can't respawn on vehicles if you've died by a player would be interesting. It would create some interesting meta where people might, if they're really low on health and they think they're going to lose, might kill themselves with a grenade just so they could respawn back at their vehicle if they died by themselves. So maybe if it's like, if you've died by a grenade yourself or you've died by any player items, you maybe can't respawn at the area. It can only be NPCs that kill you and then you respawn at a vehicle. I don't know. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. Food for thought, I guess. One thing they could do to solve it is adding damage to players cooldown after respawn. Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing. Yeah, like cannot inflict damage for 10 minutes after respawn. That's another thing I'd like to see. Either you can't respawn at it. Hello, Sandworm. Either you can't respawn at it, or there is some sort of cooldown so they can't inflict damage on you. So let's see if there's any bikes nearby. If there's no bikes, it's unlikely there's anybody here because people just park their bike right outside as well. No. So it's unlikely there's anybody here, but we'll have a little explore anyway. Why not? And we'll see if we can get any good loot while we're here. We probably... I mean, seeing as a PvP area, I actually am not sure. Is this loot limited to just the player that loots it and then it respawns eventually? I'm not sure. It's definitely not like the PvE ones, I don't think. Or at least I don't think so. Let's go for this. So I know this is radiation. This is going to kill us if we stay in this, but obviously the plan's not to stay in this, so let's just be quick about this. I do really like the mining mechanic in that. I think it's a really neat idea. Because they could have done it like anything, right? You just mine in one spot. And that's it. But you've actually got something to kind of go over the lines to mine quicker. It's something very simple, but I just like it. I like it a lot. Okay, I do a lot of the time seem to press E to grab an item rather than hold E to take all. Or spacebar, which then caused me to go in the inventory. So that's the one thing I've been feeling has been weird. But that might be something I can change in the settings mode. I'm not actually too sure. Okay, so we need the green identification band to get in this, which I think is over here. Yeah, the only thing with spamming spacebar that I found is sometimes I just end up doing this a bit. And it just looks kind of ugly. I know it just looks, right? It doesn't matter that much. That's what I have been doing majority of the time. Rather than holding E, is just spamming spacebar, but it just annoys me. It's just the little things that my character doing this all the time, if I just accidentally press it too much, just kind of annoys me. Such a small thing as well. So like doing that afterwards, it's a very small, very inconvenient thing, but it's just It's just a thought. It's just a thought. I don't know if it would work better to maybe tap E to grab the item and then hold E to enter, maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe then it would take too long. Who knows? Maybe the spacebar works and it's just me being awkward, which absolutely might be a thing. There doesn't seem like there's any enemies in here, which I'm pretty sure there normally is, right? Okay, so we've got another disruptor, which I think this is where we got our last disruptor from as well. And there is no enemies or any players in here at all. Whether they've been taken out recently, I am not sure. I am not sure at all. Well, let's try and see what great loot we've got from this chest, because there's always the best chest in the game. Let's have a little look. So we've got the Legion tattoo, which is the another disruptor, basically. We've got spice-infused iron dust, and then we've got Solaris, standard Mueller pistol, plasteel, microflora fiber, and the mechanical parts as well. So nice thing on the map, if we go onto the map, you can actually see what items stuff has. I don't know if people have completely missed this or ignored this, but it shows you there. Underneath the wreck, it says plasteel, microfiber, flora fiber, and mechanical parts. If we go to an Echo Lab, it's going to say advanced Servox particle capacitator. So there's going to be some other items in them as well, but that's like where you find those resources mainly as well. So like in heaps of it. So that's where you're mainly going to find a lot of those. So if you're like going in here, you're like, why are there so many advanced Servox? It's like, that's because that's the item you normally find in there. And then you've got stuff like Northwest Ironworks is going to show complex machinery. So if you ever like need something, again, you've got some of these bases, which is going to have intel there as well. And it's going to show obviously all the different items you can mine and resource gather in all these areas. Even areas you've not been to, right? So I don't think I've even been to this area. Oh, I might have once, but definitely not around this. Oh, actually, I might have actually been around that side. I feel like I've been a lot of places. Potentially, I feel like I have been everywhere. I can't lie. Even there, actually. And even... Oh, we haven't been over here. So this just shows... It's even going to show areas that you haven't been. As long as you scout them out and use the survey and probe, you're going to find even stuff you haven't seen... Even stuff you haven't seen in person on the map, which is kind of cool. Whether it will work the exact same as the Deep Desert, I'm not sure. But I think they said that it was going to be something like... There's going to be 81 individual zones for a Deep Desert. So there's going to be lots of areas to map out. Especially for an area... Well, the Deep Desert, which does reset every week as well. So lots and lots of like scouting around and surveying for the map stuff. And nearly all Echo Labs, pretty much every single one I've come across, except from one, which was quite a small one anyway, have normally like some sort of purple identification band to leave you an exit a quicker way. So you don't have to go all the way through the Echo Lab or the crash ship as well, which is quite nice. The only concern we do have is when you've got a vehicle, this one doesn't lead you out the way you came. Like a shorter way you came. This one doesn't do that. Whereas a lot of the Echo Labs lead you out a shorter way. So it brings you back to where the first introduction bit was, where it says Echo Lab testing... Well, it says Imperial Testing Station number 10. And then it talks about the research. It brings you out to that bit. Normally when you've finished the boss fight or something, there'll be another door you can get through to get to that bit straight away. So they're quite nicely done, so you're not wasting time running through the whole Echo Lab just to get back to the start again, which is quite ideal. Again, we've been sunstroke here because we are running in the sun like an absolute imbecile, and that's going to drain our hydration quite quickly. Luckily, we've got a still suit on, so it's not too much of a hassle, and we can just drink the water from our still suit by pressing F, as you can see that little water bar. That's not normally there unless you have a still suit equipped. Okay, let's hop onto this. That sounds like a... If you can hear that, if you did hear that, a little warning symbol, or warning sound effect, it very much sounds like it is a warning for a sandstorm coming in. So if we have a little look to see if we can see a sandstorm anywhere. It did very much sound like a sandstorm. We can't see it on the map. Can we see it in here in person? No. I'm not sure why that warning happened, actually, because there's no sandstorm, unless it was just saying... Maybe it was nothing. So is it all on one map, or is there different maps? So I believe the Deep Desert is going to be sectioned off like this. I reckon it's going to be like this, in terms of like, it's going to be different sections. You survey probe one area, and it's going to survey probe the whole bit. And it's going to show you everything in that area, I'm assuming. I believe that's how it's going to work in the Deep Desert. And then there's going to be 81 different areas like this. They might be smaller. They might be a bit smaller. They might be half the size of this. I don't know. But there's going to be 81 of them to scan and survey to unlock all the different areas. And you can obviously share those maps between friends as well, which is quite nice. So for us at the moment, we've done a lot of the player stuff. What we'll actually do is we're going to head over to... I kind of want to... Let's see some of the research stuff. Because actually we should also... Again, not place too stupid and make sure we're not in any obvious areas to get killed by the sandworm or to get massive dehydration as well. So let's cross this area. So that's like a different map totally and is not connected to the one in the beta. I don't believe the deep desert is at all. I don't believe the deep desert's connected at all to any of these maps that we've seen before. And there'll be like individual bits. On this area, you do have to... Obviously, search this area, unlock this area, and then survey probe it. This unlocks this bit. And then survey probe this area. This unlocks it. I guess it's dependent on the names, right? So this area, Hagar Basin South, I believe that was just one survey probe we used to unlock this whole thing. And then we had to use one here for the eastern Vermilis Gap, and then one here for the western Vermilis Gap. And I assume this would be the same for maybe just going out here. So like the Hagar Rift, right? The Jabal. This will be another one. The eastern shield wall, maybe that'll be another one. Mysa Taril, that'll be another one probably. Shiloh, that'll be another one. Let's have a look. We've got Jabal Efrit, which is that. Okay, that's a different one to here. Al-Sharak, and yeah, and then the Hagarif. Yeah, so there's going to be, let's actually count these up, right? So there's going to be one here. That's another one, that's 2. And there's going to be 3 there. And we've done those ones. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 7 maybe. Did we count that one? Shit, 8, and then Shiloh 9. So maybe like 9 other areas, I think, on this map. I believe. I might be incorrect, but I think so. I believe that's how it's going to work. Let's go and do maybe some of these Echo Labs, because they're quite good fun to do. So I believe the hardest one to complete is Imperial Testing Station number 10 over here. So we're going to go and do that. Going to head over there. Last time, we were quite lucky. There was someone that was doing it technically with us at the same time as us. We'd got halfway through it, and we were taking quite a lot of... well, actually, we disconnected because of our internet. I was going to say we were taking quite a lot of damage. We weren't taking too much damage, I don't think. And then, I think it was empty. I think it was fairly empty when we were going through it. And then we got disconnected. And then we came back and it was fairly empty again. But then we caught up and there was another player doing the rest of the Echo Lab. And then we just helped them finish it off, which was kind of fun. So that sound is the drum sand. So it's going to trap the sandworm much, much quicker than normal sand being on it. As you can see, the sandworm kind of goes orange when we're on that sand. Whereas it's a bit more like a sandy yellow, I guess. When we're not on it. Again, cool base, but his sand bike is not destroyed. Maybe this counts as sheltered. It does. So this bit counts as sheltered from the storm. So that's quite a nice like parking spot. So it's not inside your base. And it's still sheltered from the storm. I was going to say, how is that not destroyed yet? But if it says sheltered on the just above your vehicle, then you're safe from the storm. You won't take any damage and your vehicle won't get destroyed as well. So it's a pretty cool thing to know. So even some small caves are going to be useful to just shelter in for protection. Okay, so let's head over here. Hopefully we won't attract the sandworm. I have had it happen once, I think, which was actually on the main death that we had, where the sandworm did appear right close to us and just ate us up straight away, which is the same issue that you had, Goofy, as well. So that's going to be some sort of bug. I know people are like, oh, it's a sandworm, it's going to get you. But yeah, it shouldn't just pop up and just eat you straight away without like a single chance, I think. I think that's unfair. So hopefully that doesn't happen to us when we're going over to this testing station over here. We should be okay. Okay, yeah, it spawned a little bit far away. Should be interesting, though, for the deep desert. Because that's going to just, I think, start heading towards you straight away. And at least the bigger ones are going to just swallow from below. So you might feel maybe vibrations or something. Should be kind of cool. Very excited, very excited. So I believe this should end about 10:45 p.m. UK time. So that's in about just over 2 hours, technically. Just over 2 hours it will come down. I guess we'll be there for it. We'll witness that happen. Hopefully this isn't a sandworm that's going to kill us here. Slightly worried here. Again, we've got the flower sand just here. We do have to go around this slightly, I think, because it's got the shield wall area, so we can't go into that area just yet. We'll have to go around this bit just here, but that's fine. Okay, that's gonna block us off there. Let's head to a rocky land. Maybe it's gonna be this one over here, and try and be quick. Oh, Muad'Dib. I feel like I've not seen many of those around. The little desert mouse. We're gonna be careful because we do not want to get caught by that sandworm. So we're just gonna head back over here before he comes and kills us. See, he's coming at quite a speed. There we go. Okay, now I think we might be... We'll wait a few seconds. Wait for that to kind of disappear a little bit so it doesn't kill us. And then we'll try and risk it over there as well. So when it's coming up in front of you, or quite far in front of you, then you've obviously got a chance to kind of escape it and try and get back to rocks. If you're too far away, then obviously you might be screwed. Bear in mind we're on the sandbike Mark 1, so it's not the fastest sandbike around. And we haven't got a booster equipped to it either, so... Take those into consideration when escaping the sandworm. It's going to be easier if you have got a faster sandbike and if you have got the booster equipped as well. Also, bear in mind, I mean, we've not got ornithopters unlocked in the beta, but you will be mainly traveling by an ornithopter when you do have that unlocked as well. So that's going to be a nice, easy way to explore. Let's hopefully this thing doesn't erupt right in front of us, otherwise we might be screwed. I think we're okay. If we hit some drum sand here, it's going to cause us... Oh, shit! Okay. Okay. Okay, that's not good. That's not good. And we're on drum sand as well. Okay. Okay, we might get eaten here. What a way to go before the game ends. No, I think we're okay. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay. I think we're cooked. Boys, it's over. No! God damn it. God damn it. Okay, that sandworm's fast. There you go, guys. You need a Mark II or you need a booster on that bad boy, because that's going to be rough getting to that number 10 testing facility. That was fun. That was very fun. So now we respawn at our base after being eaten by a worm. And we will see that we have no items. None at all. I don't know why we've respawned on top of the Subthief console, but hey-ho. And, yes, everything has been taken. Everything, completely everything, but some misc contract items that we have found. Those stay in your inventory for some reason. And also the worm tooth. You get that, and that can be used to craft an unfixed Chris knife. This, unfortunately, is a one-time use thing, but we can make the Chris knife. We might as well. Exactly. So we can grab a little bit of fiber. I think it is just one we actually need. And we can make this very cool item, which is a one-use thing, which is very sad, but I'm assuming we will get a Chris knife properly later in the game. If we go into combat, it might be in here. There we go. Unfixed Chris knife. A blade made from a sandworm's tooth. That is, I believe, at the moment, the only way to get a sandworm's tooth. I don't know why it's only one use. Maybe it's an instant kill. We'll try it out on some enemies. I believe we might have some spare armor we can use for the meantime. Luckily. Thank God for that, actually. Thank God we've got some spare armor. Let's chuck that on. Looking not bad. Let's see if we can do a little bit of customization here. You know, you gotta love a bit of customization. See what we can customize here. Ooh, bit of... Ooh, looking nice, actually. Or the blue. The blue's looking nice. House of Reap blue. Beautiful. Let's also customize our pants as well. Make them a nice little blue. And you know what? We're gonna keep our boots and gloves the same color. A bit of an orange. Mix it up a little bit. We're looking kind of badass, can't lie. Let's go and find some enemies. And on our nice sand bike that we don't have, and that doesn't exist at all, if we can make a vehicle, we're about to see. I don't know if we've got all the materials for it. We are going to be low, very low on copper ingots, so we're not going to have enough, I don't think. Oh, it's going to be very close to it. No, I don't think we're going to make it. We're definitely not going to make it. We could ignore that. So this is 5. This is another 3, 10, 13. Yeah, we're not going to make it, especially with this thing. This is our biggest thing. So if we had more copper ingots, we'd be okay. But we can't make a sand bike. So what does every cool person do when they have a sand bike? I actually have no idea. I think they don't die in the first place. Yikes. Let's go to this camp nearby. I think we can walk to this one because it's right nearby. And let's kill some enemies here. With our Chris knife. And we're about to find out if it is a one-use thing. I believe it is. Let's just double check though. Let's head over to this. There you go, guys. I do the tests so you don't have to. You now don't need to die by a sandworm to see what happens. I've shown that to you twice. Well, 3 times now. 1 deliberately, twice by accident. Okay, so let's see what happens here. I was going to say put our Holtzman shield on, but we kind of don't have that anymore. So we are going to just hide up behind this person and stab him. Chris knife is broken. And we cannot use it anymore. Whether that enemy was super, super weak and we one-hit killed it, I don't know. I feel like we normally do one-hit kill these type of enemies anyway. Maybe it does so much damage. It does loads. I don't know. But it doesn't seem like that. Oh, no, it does. There you go. Damage per hit, 191.6. So, yeah, it does basically instant kill the enemy. And the attack speed, 139. So, it's not the quickest thing, but it's a pretty OP weapon. It's a pretty OP weapon. I can imagine us potentially getting maybe some sort of Chris knife. Like a sorry about that. Like a nerfed version of it. Just for show. Or maybe some sort of skin for a normal knife would be kind of cool. But then it might be kind of... You see someone holding a Chris knife and it's actually just a scrap knife. Might be kind of a bit sneaky to use in combat. Constantly feeding themselves to the worm just to make a bunch of them. That is actually true. I can imagine that happening. There maybe needs to be a timer on that. But then if you've got a big guild like us, we'll probably just end up getting someone to keep dying to it. But everyone can technically do that. There's no restriction on it because as long as you put away everything you have on you, you're not losing anything. So everyone can do that over and over again. It's gonna be the same for everyone. So what are the first steps of actually dying and trying to get back stuff again? As you can see, we actually do have oh no, we don't. Ignore me. I was like, we do have this. This is already, we found that off the enemy. So if we go back to our base, we're pretty screwed right now. We are pretty screwed right now. What I would like to do some tests with is making a new character. So right now we have the whole crafting system or the whole research system kind of locked by the journey stuff. Even stuff on here. I think there's certain stuff we might not be able to access. It says skill points required. What I do want to test is if we make a new character and have the advanced mode, which we do have one. You know, I'll save this one for later. Previously, here's one I made earlier. Just like all those shows we've got. In the North American beta, we made a little character here. And we're going to join this one. And this one has not got anything locked in terms of skill point stuff. So we can have a little browse and just see what it looks like on this one. Is it going to look locked? Are they going to be fully locked? Are they going to be unlocked? And we can just unlock them with skill points? Or are we still going to have to get to that 100 limit unlock skill points to unlock them again? We'll have a look. We'll have a look. We'll have a little browse. It'll be good to see the difference between them. See if it does make a difference. It might not even make a difference. We'll have a look. I do feel it's hard in terms of the player count. I feel like 40 is a solid number, so you don't have loads of bases popping up. Like loads and loads and loads. And I think it is restricted to a certain amount of players that can join the same map at some point anyway to stop loads of bases happening. But I'm not too sure on that. So let's go over here. We've got the, I believe it's Swords Master ability here, which is the knee charge, the knee slam, knee in the face. So this is right from the start, right from the tutorial. We're going to ignore this guy. As you can see, we don't have anything unlocked because we don't have the survey probe stuff open. We're going to go on our inventory. No, we're not. We're going to go into research. And as you can see, all this starting stuff we've unlocked. That's fine. But still, this stuff is going to be locked. So having the advanced mode is not going to automatically unlock these things for you. It's just going to unlock a lot of the basic stuff. Is this guy going to stop talking? Soon?
That Mauler outfit won't cut it out here.
To be fair, it's rather start. So all these things will not unlock if you go for the advanced mode. You still have to spend intel points to unlock these things. But a lot of these starting things, which you have to learn while going through the game, you can just learn straight away. You don't have to worry about doing the journey, this tutorial journey. And if we go on to the journey, there is no tutorial one here. And I'll go back to the other one in a second, actually. Actually, there might be. I think this might be the... Yes, this is the... Sorry, A New Beginning is the tutorial journey. But you don't have to get these complete to unlock the different research skills. So these ones, we can unlock the blood purifier straight away. We can unlock the basic extinguish kit. So I would recommend, unless you really want to go beginner, the most optimal way of starting in the next game is realistically going to be this. It's going to be the advanced method to unlock everything like here, okay? That's going to be pretty key. So in my personal opinion, what we're going to do is we're going to start fresh, right? We're going to see how far we can go in about 1 hour and... Well, about 2 hours right now. We've got 2 hours left before the beta closes. What we're going to do, we're going to start fresh, and we're going to see how much we can get done when starting fresh, knowing what we know now, okay? We don't know loads, but we know a fair bit. We've had a fair few hours in this game. So let's exit the main menu. What we're going to do, we're going to go on a new world. So if we go onto the server list, we're going to pick... This is our current one, right? But let's go onto our Europe beta. And if we're to go on this world, and we're going to go into another server in this world, or another siege in this main world, or another Hagar Basin, as they call it in this world. Oh, no, siege, sorry. Siege. We can't make a new character on here unless we delete our old character. But we can go into another world, which we can't then join any of this stuff at all, and make a new character on this. So let's just go into this one, Olaf. We're going to join this one, Siege Umbu. I got 27 hours playtime, Goofy. Wow. GG. That's a lot of hours. That's a lot of hours. We're going to start this one up. It's going to be from the scratch, from the start. We're going to skip as many of these cutscenes as possible. Because we don't really care too much how we look at all. We're going to just finish character straight away. We're going to make our name. We're just going to name ourselves Dan for now. Okay, so these names are unique, which is crazy. Someone has taken our name. We got, I guess, Dan Test. Hopefully this won't be the same for the actual main game. Here you go. So unlocked research menu. Dune Awakening features a guided journey that locks the research menu until oh god, I'm mumbling our words. Until certain steps are completed. Advanced survival players may prefer to unlock the research menu from the beginning. So this locked method is really, as much as it's recommended, it's really going to lock you out a lot of things getting started. If you want to take it easy and get it slow, fair enough. But I think for a lot of people, the best way is unlocked advanced mode. Because you're going to get access to even some of those things which aren't even that complicated to use. And you can still do the tutorial steps for it anyway. So let's go unlocked advanced, accept this character and start the game. I play locked as it gives more things to do. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I play locked at the start as well. But now, knowing that, I'm now going to just go from this one. And in my personal thought, I really like the Bene Gesserit. So I really like that as a starting thing. I think the voice is great, especially for going for a maybe sword-heavy combat game style. And as much as obviously the Trooper, you do start with a Shigawa Claw. The Bene Gesserit has actually the fast-moving run that you can unlock fairly early. So we're going to go for that. And like I said, we're going to skip all these cutscenes and try and play through this. Let's just speed run all these cutscenes, skip all of these, and we're going to see how far we can get in just under, technically, 2 hours of game time playing the beta. So this is starting from scratch. Our last one, we were on level 27. We were, building bases, etc., etc. That wasn't optimal. We're going to see how optimal we can get it. Obviously, it's not going to be super, super optimal. But, you know, we'll see how well we can do, you know? It's all about tests, you know? Making sure, seeing what we can do, what we can accomplish in 2 hours' time. I think we should be able to make a sand bike. If we can't get a sand bike, I'd be very surprised. I prefer Trooper because you can move a bit faster when wearing heavy armor and holding heavy guns. I prefer gunfights over melee fights. That makes sense. It's exactly the reason why you'd pick these different abilities over something else. Okay, let's speed through this.
But now you need to run.
So spawned in with a scrap metal knife, and we're spawned in with a scanner, so we can harvest materials. Well, a cutter ray, I should say, as well. I still got all the same quests and things to do with the unlocked as they're locked, but the with unlocked got to pick when I took over myself. Yes, exactly. That's why I quite enjoy it, because you still got the quests, but you get to pick whether you want to, you know, unlock some other bits and pieces before. So we're going to start getting this granite straight away. I'm going to get this granite, and then we're going to start getting plant fiber as well. So let's grab all this plant fiber. There's some dew here, but we don't need the dew right now. And it's going to come up with things of what we need to do and research points as well. So let's get some more of this. Keep getting plant fiber. And we'll be careful of losing our health too quickly. Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. Speedrun to early mid-game. Let's get the scrap metal as well. Pick up all these items. Grab some of this granite. Is this... Can we... Okay, that is just generally a rock. That's fine. Again, we're going to grab all this and grab some more of this as well. Literally everything we want to try and harvest, or most things, or most key things, I guess I should say. More likely. And something super key, I think, is a great start, and we don't have to do any things to it, is... If we can get it. Is it on here? Maybe we can't get it straight away. I'm not sure. Let's get our power pack. Let's get one of those. We've got the other things already started. And it wants us to research some stuff. So let's get the Mueller pistol kit. We've got... How many have we got? How many Intel 4? So I actually think quite a good starting one is basic extinguish kit. Because it means we can start drinking blood and getting that things. The blood purifier can wait. The pistol's not bad. But I'm actually going to go make shift clothing here. Because that's one of our step things anyway. And then I reckon we might also do... I think the next thing from there, realistically, probably should be the pistol. And getting the darts and weaponry for that as well. So, going off that, we might be able to make some of this stuff as well now. So we can craft all this. To double clicking, rather than clicking on the craft button. Just speeds up time. We're going to make 2 of those. Going to make one of the blood extractors as well. And we are going to make a pistol for damage. I don't think we made one of those. And then we're going to make 10 of those as well. So that's going to make quite a few darts because it makes 30 each time. So it should have about 300 darts from that. And then we're going to equip all these items just here as well. And then we're going to get rid of this rubbish gear because we don't realistically need that. And that's equipped our helmet as well. What we are going to do is show that helmet just so we can get our ugly ass face out of there. And it's already picked where we want the stuff, but we're actually going to revamp these a little bit. So we want mule pistol there. We're going to put the cutter ray here. Well, we're going to put the blood thing and then the cutter ray and then the... what do you call it? Oh, I've already got one of these. That's fine. And the small blood sacks. That holds left mouse while harvesting. You have to, right? You have to hold it. Because you can't click it because then it stops. I'm tripping. Okay, so research respawn beacon is the one thing we want. I mean right mouse. Oh, okay. Okay. So let's research this because we're going to do these quests as we go as well. This one's free, so let's research that. Why not? And basic construction kit, let's research that as well. Okay, so craft the respawn beacon. Let's do that as well. If we might need to make some more of it, let's have a little look. This is the thing. I think there needs to be all schematics, not just essentials. That does stress me out quite a bit. I think it's an awkward way to do it. Because I don't think it's showing all right. Is it showing binoculars as well included in this list? It's not. It's just strange. So there's our respawn beacon. We need some more salvage metal. We are getting dehydrated as well. So let's go over here. I said it's going to be half optimal, half not optimal. We'll just see how far we can get, you know, realistically. That's the plan. And as little time as possible. So maybe not necessarily necessarily like optimals, but, you know, roughly what we should be doing. And if you get a bad cutter, then just rescan the same object in a different position, and it might get a bit of a better, more optimal mining pattern so you can mine it quicker. And then we're going to grab all this fiber as well, because it's going to be pretty key to our survival. We've got some granite already on us, and we want to find some metal. So there's some metal over here. And by using our weapon that we've now recently made, we're going to have to be careful because we don't want to take full damage from here. So we're just going to go over here, and we're just going to get close and kind of grab and re-grab. Kind of worked a little bit to stop us taking too much full damage. And we're going to go over to this base and kill this enemy. Again, for being as optimal as possible and as efficient as possible, we are going to crouch and aim. So that way none of our shots miss that badly. A few of our shots missed fairly badly, but it's okay. And then we're going to harvest all this stuff as well and just see if there's any loot to pick up some of those. And we're going to harvest the blood as well for water. Again, that's going to be the best thing early game, especially just drinking blood is going to be so key. I found that I was often running out of water when I first started, and I was like, how am I getting water? You just need to get the blood kit straight away, basically. That's the best thing. That is the best thing. Get that straight away. We're going to get the copper ore as well. A lot of these resources, if you see resources, just get them, realistically. You don't want to pile up on too much granite, but getting the plant fiber is not going to be too much of an issue, like, in terms of, in weight-wise. And getting the odd bit of copper is just going to help you out a little bit later on as well. So let's grab that. Let's craft a respawn beacon. Let's get straight to that. So craft one of these. I think let's craft some binoculars as well, because we're going to need that. And a construction toolkit as well, because we're going to need that at some point soon. And then it's going to want us to place that respawn kit. So let's have a little look for a base location to go. We don't want to go too crazy. We probably want to stick fairly close to the starting area, because again, we want to try and be as fairly optimized as possible, but there isn't too many there isn't too many good spots here as well. That's the only issue. Which tip was it? Which tip was that? I don't know. Maybe. I can't remember. Okay, so let's potentially build, because you're close to rock, it's not going to be too much of an issue if you actually build on the rock. So we can set our respawn beacon just over here, just around the corner. Oh, this person's got a fabricator to use, which is quite nice. I'm going to see if we can... Actually, I think it looks like what they have done, actually, is they've abandoned their base. So here's a good thing to do is... Actually, have they? I don't know. I think they've just accessed... Have they let us access? No. Okay. So they're built outside of the base because they don't have any room inside. But they've not allowed anyone access to their stuff. Fair enough. Fair enough. What we are going to do is we are going to go over to this rock over here. We want to, if we go on the map, we want to ideally, again, stick into shade. We don't want to dehydrate too quickly. There is the wreck here. So what we're thinking, we go over to the wreck and we build a base nearby the wreck. Because then we've got, well, quick items and decent items over there as well. So let's head over to the wreck. The sandworm probably not going to be too much of an issue in the early game, right at this early game. It's going to come up with us, but we should be able to make that run without any issues at all. So let's run all the way over to the ship area. And we'll probably end up making a base where we made a base on our first playthrough anyway, which is one of these little rocky bits nearby, because it's just quite a nice location. We're not too far from that podium there. I mean, we are in the sense we're going to have to run it, but early game we'd have to run it at the start anyway. So I think realistically we're just going to have to get the get a bike to get over there. Is probably going to be the best way. Again, we're getting the debuff for dehydration, but we have got some blood on us, which is, again, why we wanted the blood tool so quickly. So we're going to drink that blood, get hydrated, and we're going to go in here and try and take out some of these enemies. Again, you want to be fairly careful because they are going to do... There's a fair few of them. We want to try and dodge as many of these hits as we can, so we're not taking too much damage. And then, again, trying to aim for the heads. Again, trying to dodge these people out of the way. Take a step back. And then, there we go, taking them all out. And we want to loot them as well. We're not getting too many crazy things from them. Realistically, we're just getting darts, a lot of the bodies. And a lot of these low-level bodies are just going to be giving us that. So it's not realistically worth too much getting those resources. It's not really worth it. You can just leave it if you want to be more optimal. But again, you never know. You might want those darts. I don't know why this guy's not shooting me. That's fine by me. He might have some better gear. No, he's not. And we're going to run all over here. And we're going to go straight to... wait for this enemy come close. Make sure he doesn't heal himself. And we're going to cut through this. And try and get some early game loot straight off the bat as well. So as you can see, we've got some Solari. We've got already a assault rifle gun, which is going to be useful. And we've got some other parts as well. So, well, let's quickly equip this assault rifle. It's going to be way easier to take out some of these enemies. And let's just change it a bit like that. So, let's reload here. See how it's looking. Push through into the main room here. Oh. Take out any other enemies. Just double check this side as well. Okay, it might just be up here. And what we probably should be doing as well is going around and grabbing all this blood. So we are going to do that real quick. Just for hydration in the early game, like I said before. I prefer right cam over left cam. So do I. I absolutely hate this cam. And I was thinking that I need to change cam. I really don't like left cam. I don't know why. It's just maybe it's just a personal preference, but I feel like it's quite a common thing as people prefer over the right side rather than left side. So we're going to fill up all these blood bags. Again, we've got some bandages there, so that's pretty key. We are going to nab that. I don't think it's really that optimal to search every person's like loot stuff, especially early game, because a lot of these early game people have nothing on them. But here you go. We've, as you can see, 3,000 milliliters at 3,000 milliliters. We are full on the blood. So we can probably drink some right now just to get to full. We have obviously got limited health on this bit, but it's better than dying of dehydration for now. Let's loot that. Some other bits and pieces in there. And there is nothing else to loot in here, I believe. So let's continue up here. We have two blood packs. It should, counts in consideration to both of the blood packs when you do it. So it fills up both of them. So it's kind of something that a lot of people don't know is it does say what your total capacity is for all blood packs, not just the one you've got in your inventory or holding in your pad there, which is quite good. And again, just going through this, we're leveling up a little bit as well, while also trying to be as quick and effective as possible leveling up. We don't want to obviously take it so fast that we're skipping lore and stuff. If there's lore bits, we will obviously be doing those and enjoying the game a bit. We don't want to sweat this out completely, but I just realistically, this is just to kind of see how far we get while kind of speedy running this one a little bit as well. So I can't stress it enough. The lore's in the game for a reason. Experience that. Don't full sweat because again, this main game isn't just about sweating. So enjoy it a little bit, you know. And then we've got our identification band to leave this area and the best loot chest. We've got our spice in here. We've got our Solari. We've got another assault rifle and some other parts as well. So we've come out of this right from the get-go, right? We've been doing this for maybe 10 minutes or so. And we've already got, obviously, the full basic armor, which most people have. But we've already got an assault rifle, okay? It's probably going to be a lot more than most people have already early game coming into this. This isn't a PvP area right at this start bit. So you've not really got to stress about other people trying to kill you. And what we are going to do, we're going to run over to making a base just over by this rock over here. I think it's quite a nice spot. We're fairly near this crash ship. And there is also stuff like copper, quite a bit of granite. And you've also got bits and pieces like the plant fiber all along here as well. So it's not bad. Having a base just here as well, you've also means you've got a player, an NPC base just there. Which is, again, a really good source for just grabbing some scrap metal. And there is also a little bit of fuel supply, fuel cells that normally spawn in just there as well. So it's quite good. We're going to scan this as we go through as well. And try and harvest this. I've actually wondered if we can... There we go. Let's get that. Nab all of this. And as you can see, there's some enemies there. So let's go and kill them. And then they can reset while we're building our base as well. Just to try and be fairly optimal. And let's jump up here. Take them out. See if they've got anything on them. Probably not. Nothing good. Realistically, no, nothing. But what we're here for is the chest. A few bits of scrap metal, a few bits of copper, etc., etc. And then we have got these scrap metal bits here as well. I do seem to have that bug a little bit sometimes, where it seems to be not really going on the line I want it to when harvesting materials. So that's more scrap metal here. And there should be fuel cells just around here, which is why I quite like this place. Because you've got fuel cells here. You've got ones to pick up. And you've also got ones to harvest as well. There's probably going to be other optimal base locations. But realistically for me, I really enjoy this spot for us. It's really close to here. You've got copper, you've got more scrap metal, you've got some fuel cells, you've got kind of every bit you need. You're quite close to the shipwreck as well. So if you want to go back and get more assault rifles or get more items, you can quickly get that while also having this really close to your base as well. Really close. You've got copper. We've got our backpack full now. So let's go over to where we can put our respawn beacon and actually spawn in our base as well. So let's grab our construction tool real quick at the get-go. Chuck that down. And what we're going to do here is we're just going to build a quick base. So we're going to place down our subthief console. We are going to do it up here, actually. Or, well, we can do it just about up here. I think if we do it as close to this rock as possible, what it will let us do is actually build up there a little bit. So let's place that up there. And as you can see, we can just about get some of this stuff in here as well for the placement-wise. So we're going to quickly build a small little base. It's nothing too crazy, but it doesn't need to be. We're going to go on the higher bit just so that way when we place the other foundations, they are going to be slightly more higher as well on this kind of this area that we want to build on. So again, it can be just cut outside the line claim slightly. But we're not going to worry too much. We are going to get the interface ones here just quickly as well. So let's just get those implemented. We're going to chuck in a doorway here. And we're going to chuck in some windows just here, here, and here. And then we can hold down these projections so we can just start building them straight away. So let's hop onto this one to build this other one. So again, we don't need anything too crazy. We just need some sort of small base to place items in so we can actually make some stuff. And then we're also going to place down... We could do a floor if we wanted to do a roof, but obviously because we built closer to the floor level, we're not too fussed about adding a roof to this place. So we're just going to do this. Add in these back walls as well. Just to make sure no sandstorm's going to damage us at all. We're going to place down this generator as well. As you can see, this is scrapped salvage metal. And as we've gone through and grabbed salvage metal. So we can place down these things like the sub-thief, which is already placed down, sorry, and the generator as well. In terms of other stuff, we can place down a storage box if we wanted to, and we can chuck in our fuel cells that we've harvested as well, so that will keep our base from getting damaged in any sandstorms that may occur, and we'll be safe as well. I've also found the Clef's drinker as a schematic, so we can research that and obtain 1 Imperial permit for that. And then if we go over to research, we can learn a fabricator here, which is going to be quite useful, and it's going to be good to use a blood purifier to get in some actual water. And small oil refinery, we'll need that later, so we might as well grab that now. And same with the surveying kit is going to be quite useful for us to make one of those. So if we have a little look at it, to make our fabricator as well, going straight out of going straight into all the building stuff. We're going to have all these tutorial things pop up anyway. Going into straight to our refinery, we can make our ore refinery. So let's try and... We can move this placement a little bit, so that's fine for now. And we've got our blood purifier here. Let's just chuck this here for now. Again, just so we can have that built. And it's all salvage metal. So again, early game is going to be where it's at for salvage metal. You want to be grabbing as much of that as possible, just so you can build all these starting things. And just like that, we've got a fabricator, blood purifier, and a small ore refinery straight away. We can then start getting our copper ore, getting that to max. We can go in this fabricator, and we can have a look what else we need to make here. So I don't think there's really too much else we want to make. It would be good to make one of these, but we need some more spice-infused copper dust. Not going to be too much of an issue to make, because we can get some more from that crash ship we've just gone recently by. Obviously, copper ingots, again, not too much of an issue, and these, we're getting those from the crash ship as well. So that's quite quick and quite easy to get them back. Okay. Yes, we are back. Hell yeah. So we're going to make the survey probe, because I think it's quite a key thing to make. We are going to need an EMF generator. So if you're ever curious, where the hell do we go for an EMF generator? When you have surveyed the area, you can find those. You can find them on here. I know out of instinct. I know because I've been here before, basically. Over in this direction, where there is some enemy camps where we can get things like EMF generators. We should find them off enemies. So what we want to do is we want to just heal up a little bit. So if we hold T, we can show our health bar there. And we can see that we do need to heal up a little bit. So we're going to heal up. And we're going to wait a second. It's going to heal up one bit. And then it's going to heal up another chunk. There we go. And we can just start running out now. So we're going to head towards our marker. We've placed down our base. Let's place down our little respawn beacon inside that base as well. Why not? We might as well chuck that in there. It's another one of those quests done and out the way. We can just add a little ramp up here just to make it a little bit easier to access this area. Otherwise, it's going to be nice and awkward getting in and out of our base all the time, which we don't want. So let's press R for more. We can get the stairs in there. We've already got it as a favorite, so we can just click that. It is too close to the claim. So what we can also do is, if we have a little look, we might be able to place one of the other stairs or one of the other ramps, if we have a little look in the main area. So we have, if we go on all, we can just see everything here. So maybe we do something like a half stairs inward corner would work quite well. Or maybe the other ones would work better. Let's have a little look. Not really too much. They're going to be a little bit awkward. And actually, that's not... That again, it really can't be... Even if it's touching the outside, it's not going to let you build it. So it's really anal of what it's going to let you build and what it's not going to let you build. So that's the only thing. So we all need to connect this stuff to the structure. This stuff's all way too big. We can do potentially one of these ramp here, maybe. These might be too big as well. What we can do is make it really disgusting. Oh no, we have... So it's one thing to consider is build placement of your next thing. So what we can do actually, I've got a way around this, is we can do a... If we go over to roofs, and we can build a roof here. It's really awkward, but we can do it this way. And then we're going to alt-click right, and we can do this here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a little incline here. And then we can add the stairs coming all the way down here. Or we can either add a ladder if we really wanted to as well. We're not going to worry too much, so let's just do the whole... let's do the full thing here. Let's put it off that. And coming all the way down. And then we can just do something very awkward here. And we can do... This is a very awkward way to build it. I do not recommend building like this. This is the possibly the worst building you have ever seen in your whole entire life. But it's just as a little demo thing. To show you how ugly bases can be if you don't know how to build properly. Here is why, step one, you should always make sure your base has got a ramp or some entrance way to get into it. Otherwise, it's going to be complicated. It's going to be hassle. You're going to have to climb every single time you go into the base. I forgot we were going to grab something more from the base as well. What were we going to grab from this base? Was I just making the ramp there? I don't know. Who knows? We're already forgetting on our optimal way of building what we actually need. We are going to grab some... Maybe more darts. Do we need darts? How are we looking for darts wise? We're on 197. Actually, you know what? We're good. We're Gucci. Whatever we were going to build, it probably doesn't matter. Okay, so you can see we've got copper ore here. We've got granite here. We could probably build a storage container to store some of our items, but because we've built a little base, it's taken away a lot of them. So as you can see, while we've been building that base, the enemies have respawned here as well. So again, more salvage metal has also respawned, so we can grab that. And then also more loot. No, not more loot in the chest. But again, all these things have respawned. So quite a nice thing to go and grab the loot quite quickly. Just to start off with. We are about 20 minutes in. We've got a small little base of an ore refinery, fabricator. Obviously the generator placed in there as well. And a blood purifier as well. We probably could have chucked up some of that blood actually. Now thinking about it. In the blood extractor. But that's fine. As we go, we can grab some of these little small bits. And again, there's another little small NPC base nearby just here as well. As we're about to go in, it's going to be a bigger area where there's two more things as well. There's going to be two more... I say two more things, what am I on about? There's going to be a bigger base to harvest and to go through. So, no compactable container. As you can see, we've got our full blood here as well. So let's get rid of that and just chuck that there just in case we ever need to harvest that. Gonna hold E, grab some of this salvage metal while we're here. We might as well. And this is the base. So this base should contain some EMF generators for us to build some of the more complicated stuff as well. So let's head into this. I think we're going to place a respawn beacon down in the base, which we completely forgot to do, but that's fine. That's fine. So I think this is probably most likely where we're going to build our base, that place that we've just built our base in anyway, in the actual main game. To start off with, just to start off with, you know, not for the whole thing. I don't think it's a very good big base for the main game, for the whole game, but just to start off with, it's not horrendous. Is he firing through the wall? Yes, he's firing through the wall. Of course he is. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. So we're quite low on health, so we're just going to grab our bandages out. We're going to do some of this. This guy's going to come in for some knife combat, and we're just going to block at perfect timing. And do a heavy attack, and again, there we go. It's going to finish him off. We're going to go back to our assault rifle. We've got some of a shield here already, so again, this is just purely going to be the stagger and the slow blade, so we're going to wait. Okay, going to get close to him, and we are going to accidentally get hit a load more times. Not very well played. Do that. Stagger, slow blade, in, dead. Make sure he's definitely dead. He is. Okay, cool. So we got our first shielded enemy, which is taken down fairly straightforward. I kind of messed that up a little bit. We could have taken it down way easier, but we didn't really play that as well as we could. So it is going to obviously limit your health drinking from these blood packs, but it's going to be better than dying from hydration. So just keep a better eye, I guess, on your health bar as you're battling these areas. So again, we've got more stings. We've got more like light darts in here. We've got fuel cells to harvest, so we can harvest all this stuff as well. It's going to be key for making sure our generator doesn't get destroyed. Oh, and obviously we've not got that long. We've only got 2 hours anyway, so as long as it's powered for more than 2 hours, we should be good. But also it's going to be useful for building stuff for our sand bike as well, if we can quickly get a sand bike. What have we got in here? Some more bandages. Again, we're going to heal up real quick here. Just before we run into this. Take out this enemy. Again, more bandages. Push up more into this. So you can easily take out, as long as you, I mean, you could probably take this out with a pistol anyway. With just a Mueller pistol, we could probably do what we're doing anyway. But again, us just going to that crash ship straight away has been able to get us these assault rifles so we can attack these bases. And they just feel way easier, right? They feel really, really easy. You've got the lore thing there. We don't care for that. We're just going to grab these scrap metal. More scrap metal in here. More Solari. Fuel cells bit. So I guess realistically for fuel cells and parts of that, it's going to be useful. And if you want to level up, get some extra XP, etc. and unlock some more skill points, it's going to be good for that. Other than that, there's not going to be loads of stuff here, but it's just going to be key for getting some of these things like fuel cells, where it's a bit more limited at the moment. And other little items like bandages, so we don't have to craft them. Obviously, they don't take much to craft anyway, but... And again, the same thing with light darts. Well, there's going to be a load of the light darts here. Perfect. So this whole area has now been looted. We're now done with it. We can now exit this area. And if we go onto our skill points, we want to try and learn some of the skills. So what we are going to learn is Bindu Sprint. It's going to be quite a key one here because we can start to run around a little bit more. And what we are going to do is blade damage as well. Just so we do a little bit more damage with the blade. And one ability that I really have been loving is the wielding step. It's really good for in combat as well. So let's equip that. And we've got the sprint as well equipped. So if we can probably go down around here. And head all the way down. And what we're going to do is I'll show that off. We probably could have used the voice ability in some of that combat there, but it doesn't really matter too much. It's these caves nearby, actually, where the EMF generators are. So, fairly close by. Fairly close by. I thought it was exactly in that base, but it's not. It's just off from the base. And if we go in here and we go behind, we can run through this base really quickly, as you can see. I don't know why you'd want to. You could probably just advise you to kill these guys rather than running through straight into the base. And as you can see here, we're going to do our little Q ability. And we're going to spawn behind this guy and just stab him here. Okay. And miss the first stab. But some cool abilities there. You've got this fast run to go in and out. And then as you can see here, we've got the microfabric, plastic, steel, whatever you want to call it. Micro sandwich fabric and the EMF generators in here as well. There might be another one. We've got some more. Yep, here you go. So again, some quick resources, and you've got some more copper ore as well, which we are going to nab because we can get that smelted when we go back to base. And again, some pretty decent early game loot to start with. We've got most areas covered in terms of starting. Yeah, there's no Echo Lab right next door, which might be a downside to a lot of people, but if we're just starting out, we probably maybe want a soundbite before we head over to that area. Or actually, we can actually run to it from here. Realistically, we could probably run to it and loot it all. I'll show you. You really don't need that much gear or that many items to go and do it. Let's run over to it now. So as we start to explore, we could go back now and we could make a survey probe and explore the area. But as I know the area a little bit around here, we are going to go around here and we are going to go to the Echo Lab around here, the first Echo Lab. It's fairly easy to take on. It's fairly easy to do. So I believe it's just around this corner here. So if we go all the way around this, there should be the Echo Lab available to attack. There might be another cave, and we also do have this as well. So we can harvest this broken down vehicle. This isn't a player vehicle. This is literally just a random vehicle that's always here that you can harvest. So again, you're getting scrap metal from this, and you're also getting armor plating as well. So something we haven't got from anything else just yet as well. So it's quite key mechanic, quite key components for basically just early and mid game, I'd say. So we can also probably harvest some more of these things. No, we can't. That is everything. That's fine. So let's head around to this actual Echo Lab. And it shouldn't take much to take it down. I know we don't have much health, but we're going to use this heal kit. We could also make some more as well. They don't take much. It's just going to be some fiber in here. So if we have a little look at it, as you can see, 5 fiber in here. So let's just craft, let's say, just 10 of these bad boys. And that should make us absolutely be fine for the Echo Lab. We're going to jump across here, hold on to that, and we're going to go around the front just so we can explore a bit more. So let's go raid our first Echo Lab. So we've done 1 crash ship on me. And we're going to do an Echo Lab in the first pretty much 30 minutes of the gameplay as well. So we've got some decent stuff. We've got a little base as well to go back to. So not bad, not bad. This might have been raided already recently because there isn't many enemies out here. But I know this one is normally a bit more quieter than compared to the other one. So a lot of these enemies on here are going to have just basic darts. You can loot them if you want. I think they all have darts. If you're really lucky, you might find a health kit, but I think it's very unlucky. I think it's most of the time it's going to be just darts for you to get. So sand bike might be potential. We might have potential to make a sand bike. We'll see. We'll see how well we can do. Again, more darts. Let's take them anyway. While we're going here, we're going to need them. And then that's a bit of lore. Well, let's grab some more darts off that guy. You get through quite a few. And there's nothing else. There's that, but we can go to that later. We can't unlock that just yet. So we might as well just kind of speed by this bit. And then we can get darts from these dead bodies hanging as well. So if you want extra darts, you can get them off that. And all the other bodies. And then we're going to grab some actual drinkable water, finally. Which is always nice. And then you can fill your cistern up as well. So if you get a cistern, you can fill that up. Again, let's grab some more darts and some other materials from this guy. And we're just going to run through here. Not really worrying too much. These enemies shouldn't be too much of an issue with us. And then we're just going to grab this knife out here real quick. And we're just going to go this. Stab this guy. Nice and straightforward. Sweet. And then we could harvest the blood as well. What we are going to do is actually we are going to harvest some of this blood. And then as you can see, they've got a few items. They have normally a few more items when you've killed them. The actual killed enemies, as in like actual enemies, I should say. Rather than the dead bodies. They should have more stuff to loot off them. Let's just run through all this stuff. Take out these enemies. Again, this is the first like Echo Lab in the game, so it is really straightforward. Like even if you've not got the assault rifle, if you've not managed to get that, it's really easy to take down. Again, we're going to drink all the stuff regardless of if we need it or not, just to stay hydrated. Even if it's the smallest bit, we're going to drink it. Some health kits in there. Again, some more of these, which we are going to take. Yeah, even with a Mueller pistol, you shouldn't have any issues getting through this area at all. Like you shouldn't have any issues at all. Especially with using some of your abilities, using those to your advantage. I mean, we've barely even used the abilities, and we don't really need to. As long as you're aiming for headshots, you should be able to take these guys out pretty quickly. And then we're going to run to the back. We're going to have a little look, actually, just see if there is any loot. Nothing on them. The odd bit in here. They're going to probably run up here. Sometimes you'll have the enemies come up here. So you might try and see if there is. No, they're not coming just yet. They might pop up soon, but for now they're not, which is okay. And there is some loot. Oh, here's one. So even just jumping back, a lot of these early game guys aren't going to throw grenades. They're just going to throw rocks at you. So you're not going to stress too much. As you go through some of the later Echo Labs, they are going to start throwing grenades at you. So you've got to be a bit more careful. But yeah, some of these early guys are just stupid, basically. So there we've got a power pack there. Nothing too crazy. And just a load of more scrap metal stuff. Solari. Some quest item stuff. We're drinking some of this item. We're drinking some of the stuff in here. Again, you never want to leave any of the drinkable stuff available. You might as well drink it. I don't care even if your thing's full. Just drink it anyway. We're going to hop down here. Kill everyone down here as well. Super quick. Super quick. In and out, basically. Just grabbing all the materials we can. Because you don't need to... If you don't want to do the lore, you don't have to do the lore. The lore's, I think, interesting, and I think it's worth it if you're doing it for the first time. we have gone through some of this stuff, and plus we'll do it more when we actually play the game properly. We're not gonna speed run in it too much. There will be to a certain degree. We're gonna obviously optimize some stuff, but a lot of the lore stuff we'll listen to, we'll watch, etc., etc. So we're gonna grab this identification band in here. A lot of people don't. Oh, I said a lot of people. Some people don't know about that one. Hidden away slightly, so we can grab that, and that means we can get some extra loot later on. The same thing with here. We can open that bad boy up, and that's gonna give us some extra loot hidden away in there as well. Again, if you're just standing still and reloading, just jump around a little bit. Try and dodge some of those bullets. And what we are going to do, just as we're going to go around here looting, we're going to heal up a little bit. I'm going to run in here. And again, drink. Loot all these items. Imperial Testing Station records. We can normally sell those as well. And then we've got our first dispenser belt, which is the passive one, which means if we fall from a height, we can basically not take any damage, which is a nice one to have, especially at the start of the game. As you can see, our weapon is fairly damaged, but we did have another one, so we can just switch to the other assault rifle if we need to as well. Again, we're going to grab some more of these darts off these enemies. And then there should be a fair few darts and a fair few bandages in here. There was only one in that one, but they normally have them fairly stacked just to get you up gear before you come across the main guy, which is this guy here. What we're going to do, we're going to grab our knife out, and here's where we're going to go behind him. It did not work for some reason. That's okay. And he's going to punch me. And he's going to kick me. That's always nice. So let's wait for him to attack us. Okay, he's going to slow blade us. We'll slow blade him. Or we'll miss as well. Here's me going optimal, and I'm just getting absolutely wrecked by this guy. Come on, make you move. There we go. Stun him there. Do the heavy attack. Do the heavy attack. Do the heavy attack. Just spam heavy attack pretty much until he dies. There you go. Fairly straightforward for that one. Or even though I did take quite a few hits. Ignore that happened. Ignore that happened. Didn't happen. Don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about. And then we can go through this into the best loot of the actual Echo Lab, which isn't too much crazy stuff because, again, we're in the worst Echo Lab. Gonna grab the identification band so we can exit a quicker route, obviously. And then, as you can see in here, we've got a Imperial one we can learn, another spice-infused copper dust, some decent Solari, and again, some more passive dispenser belts. We actually don't really need this many, so we're going to get rid of these. And we're just going to grab these items instead. We're not too fussed by those. Now we're going to run over to this gate here, and then you should be able to see there'll be a blue door in front of us, which actually has more loot in it, which is why we grabbed the blue one. Because you might be like, why have we not entered the blue area? And it's over here. It's all the way back at the start. So you don't miss it. You go through this area, and it's just down here. And then you've got some more gear you can nick from this place as well. So that's all the gear, and then you get some other... You get a chance of getting bike pieces in some of these areas as well. Some sand bike pieces, so that's always nice. Sometimes I'm luckier than others. But this time, I think we've only found one bike piece, which is fair enough. So let's exit this Echo Lab. And again, that was done in probably less than maybe 10 minutes, that Echo Lab. It's quite quick with it. You don't really need to be spending much time in them at all, if you don't want to. You can obviously go through the lore and stuff, but, you know. When you know it, or if you're not too interested by it, you can just be in and out in 10 minutes or under 10 minutes, especially for the first one. It's fairly easy, fairly straightforward. You can optimize that even more as well, by just being a bit better on the damaging and attacking the enemies. So... what we're going to do, we're going to head back to base. We're going to go through some of these checklists as well. And while we do that, we are going to grab some more scrap metal because it's going to be used in some of the other items. And then if we do see any other copper as well, we're also going to grab that because scrap metal and copper are very key at the early game. Granite's good for building your base up, but scrap metal is very good for a lot of the other items we need. And a lot to make the other items. A lot of the individual items you need scrap metal to make them. And again, fuel cells for the generator / fuel cells for making the actual fuel for our bike as well. So we're going to grab this little loose bit of copper ore as well. And we're going to start heading back to the base. Again, kind of sticking to the shadows so we don't get dehydration too much. And then we are also going to grab all this copper ore as well. If it's too far out of the way, there's no point grabbing it. So realistically, like this copper ore at the top of that mountain, I'm not going to worry about that. It's kind of too far out the area. We're not too fussed by that one there. We are going to hop down here, though. And as you can see, there you go. Our suspensor belt activated to kind of save us from damaging too much from full damage. And this thing has respawned as well, so we can get some more scrap metal from this as well, as it does create a small area. Have you crossed the gap? Yes. Yes, this is a complete new spawn we're on right now. So we just started this about 35-ish minutes ago, or maybe 40 minutes ago. And we've just done one crash ship, we've done one Echo Lab, and we've got some gear. So this is all within 40 minutes. And we can actually go through this and just quickly grab. So I think it might be the backpack is full on weight. So we could get rid of something that's really heavy if we wanted to. And just grab some more EMF generators, as they don't contain that much. So we could probably split this, and we could probably do maybe like 10. Might just give us enough space to drop that. And give us a little bit of space in here. And then we can go in here, take out these guys real quick. Run to this guy. Not even fussed about shooting him. Okay, fair play. Nice little dodge from this guy. And then we can grab some EMF generator. Oh, okay, they haven't respawned. Fair enough, they haven't respawned. But what we will do, actually, instead of having more scrap metal, we're going to take this copper from it anyway. Because that's going to be nice to grab. And we are just going to exit this way because it's a nice little cut through, actually. I thought you were really behind. No. This would be horrendously behind if it was this side. No. We restarted. So we're about level 27 before. And we had our sandbike and stuff. We just actually died by a sandworm and lost everything when we were going over to an Echo Lab. And I was thinking, what should we do now? Because realistically, we did all the Echo Labs. We've tried all the Echo Labs out. We've done all the crash ships. We've done everything I wanted to do. So I was thinking, well, seeing as we've lost the character, or not lost the character, but we've lost all the items on it, let's just start fresh and see how far we can get within the time we've got before they end the beta. I thought it would be kind of a bit of a fun objective and task to do. So we can't grab any of this stuff because we have got the backpack full. So let's leave here and run back to our base. We'll place down our respawn beacon there, and then we'll also get some of the other stuff made as well. Yeah, I've not got long left. Yeah, we've just got maybe just over an hour left to play. So if you have actually just started the beta now, then unlucky, because you won't be able to experience too much. But if you're quick with it, then you can go mad. My character's level 60. I think I played too much. Damn. Fair play. To be honest, if I was like sweating out some of these Echo Labs, and I think I could go up like quite a bit more levels to what I've been doing. I've been going for a lot of bits step by step and just, you know, going over a lot of things with building and stuff. So I think I could have also ignore this disgusting base for now. You know, this is not the main one. It's just a temporary solution. Okay, so let's go into the fabric. Let's place down our beacon. So let's get that mission off for us, which is number 7. Just chuck that there. Let's go into our research stuff here. We've got these things unlocked. We could make a better knife, which would be quite nice. We can also make here as well the assault rifle, which we've already made. We've already got one of those. Let's learn the sandbike stuff and the small chemical refinery so we can make our fuel cells. I'm not too fussed about this item schematic kit at the moment. I'm not too fussed by that. Let's just make sure we've unlocked everything we can so far. All of this stuff needs levels and stuff, etc., etc. That's fine. And all those items, that's okay. Okay, cool. So let's get out of these and see if there's anything else we can make. Let's make, we are a little bit short on that. I don't think we're going to make that. So let's make one of these bad boys because I like the sword play better than I don't hate the gunplay. I think the gunplay is good fun, but I think the sword play is great. So this is copper ingots we need for this and advanced servox. So as you can see, we're doing the advanced servox by doing the Echo Labs. So, and obviously we need to get more copper as well. So that is it. That is a thing. So let's start making the hull for this. So let's make the hull for it. Let's make the engine for it, and then we can come back to that very shortly as well. Let's grab this other item. And then let's equip this on us. And what we'll do is we'll make a storage as well. So let's get rid of this knife. We don't need that. We can just basically just eject that straight away out. And then our knife is just here, so we can put our better knife in there. And what we're also going to do is we're going to just chuck this assault rifle in. Get rid of that assault rifle, why not? Doesn't really matter too much. We're going to deposit our blood from here, just so we can get some water going in there as well. We're going to, again, max that out so the copper ingots are getting made. And we are going to quickly, I say quickly, make some storage, just so we can store some items in here as well. So we should probably get rid of this that we didn't mean to place down. This projection, I think, is what it is. Instead, we are demolishing everything else, and the projection is stuck. There we go. Okay, bit awkward there, but it's fine. You obviously get all the resources back, so it's not an issue making this back. We've blocked that because we've dropped that weapon there. Of course it has. Of course it has. So let's build that straight away. And then let's take these items. We're going to have to just quickly pick them up because if we can't build if there's items on the floor, which is annoying, but it's just a thing. And this is blocking this, I believe. So we're going to need to just move this somewhere very, very, very inconvenient, which is going to be outside here, which we might actually not be able to move out here. It would make sense if we can't move it here. Yes, that's fair enough. Oh, no, we can. Okay. Well, we can do it instead. I was not expecting that. We can build that, and then we can just go back to move and put that back to where it was before. Just in there. There we go. Okay. I do enjoy it, though. I think the game is really, really good fun. We're going to deposit that back in there, the fuel cells that we've got. We've got the part of that, so we are going to need to get some more parts, which is going to be some more of those. So it is the... Let's have a look. So if we made the sandbike hull, we're going to need to make the sandbike chassis, which we've got actually some more iron crafting, so that's not too much of an issue for us. Let's make the sandbike tread. We are going to need 3 of those, and we can make a max of 3, so that's decent. And we are going to need one of these to make it, and also this as well. So that we need 6 copper ingots, and this one we need some copper ingots and particle capacitators. Again, we've already got the particle capacitator, so that's not going to be an issue for us. So all we're going to do now is just go down here and grab some more of this copper ore, which is great. Right, it's a nice base to start with. And again, this is realistically how quick you can get a sandbike if you're decent with it. And you're fair. I mean, we have not even been super optimized on this run. I'm going to be honest. It's not been a super optimized run. But we've done, you know, we've done that. We've done the crash ship. We've done the Echo Lab. We've gone in a little bit of caves. And we've already got all the items to build a sandbike. So we can make our sandbike in just a second as well now, which is... It's kind of crazy to have a sandbike in pretty much 40-ish minutes. Is not too shabby, I've got to say. So let's make the other thing for the sandbike, which is the PSU Mark 1. That's still crafting away. And we are going to just, again, craft all this up as well. And then what we can do as well is we'll make our welding tool, which we might need some more of. We'll just wait for that to load up. And that's pretty quick with it. And then we can cross the gap as well. If we wanted to, we can make a new base somewhere else. Or we can then go to and get some contracts. You know, we can really do whatever we want to now, realistically. We've got the basic materials. And that's quite in quick succession. There we go, we can craft that. So let's craft this. Let's go into storage. Let's just grab all these parts for our bike. We can get our survey probe bit as well. We can do that later. Wait for this tool to come in. Beautiful. Chuck that on us straight away. And then we have, in just like no time at all, we have, if I can get it out, the welding tool. We can go over to assemble. And we can start assembling it. Module already attached. Okay, we've already got another module of that. It's because we found it, I think, in the Echo Lab. And I think same with that as well, maybe potentially. Put our treads onto this bike. Put our hole to it. Bish bash bosh, we've got the vehicle. Obviously, we don't have any fuel, as you can see here. So what we are going to need to do is we're going to have to off the vehicle real quick. And we're going to get rid of that vehicle stuff. I know if we do leave it here, it's going to get destroyed, especially with the sandstorms. But we're going to go in here. And we're going to go back to our vehicle construction, well, our construction tool, sorry. Go into these buildables here. And we should be able to make... As you can see, we need loads more copper ingots to make the small chemical refinery. And that's fine. So what we're going to do, we're going to go into this real quick, and we're just going to have this placement maybe just here, and we'll just jump over stuff for now. It's not going to be too much of an issue. We need more copper ingots for that. So again, let's go out and just get those copper ingots, which is why it's going to be such a key thing. As you can see, a lot of stuff is made out of either copper ingots or the... metal. So let's go over to this way. Go over to by where the ship is and grab all that stuff as well. It's not the most optimal, like I said before, but it's a fairly optimal run. Run into this crash ship straight away and then go into the Echo Lab. And it might be even more optimal because a lot of the time, I reckon, because everyone's going to be starting out. When you start out, the Echo Lab's probably going to be all killed with. All the enemies are going to be dead in there. So realistically, you can just go in the Echo Lab and loot everything. Because it's a PvE one as well, all the loot stays. So that's all good. You can just take all the loot and not have to worry about any enemies at all. And then we're just going to grab all this copper. And we're basically just going to pretty much fill our inventory with the copper. I'm going to go around this side as well, because I think there's going to be some more around here. Just up here. And as I did on my level 21 base, you can make a nice little window looking out to the night sky. And also, you often get a lot of sandworms approach there as well. So it's kind of cool to see. And if you're very lucky, like I saw one time, you might even, some players die to the sandworm. Kind of interesting to see, I can't lie. And while we're over here, all we are going to do is we're just going to raid this as well. We're just going to raid this again. Again, it doesn't take much to raid it. So you might as well. There's really not too much hassle with it. Especially if you've got better aiming than me, which a lot of people will have. And we're just going to run into this again. You could probably skip a lot of this killing, to be fair. If you really wanted to, like, speed run it. Like, ultimately, you could probably skip a lot of killing these enemies and just running in. It's just a bit more of a risky way to do it, I guess. Again, we want to make sure these finish off these enemies so they don't keep coming back. And then we're going to, again, break down this door. As you can see, it has gone back to normal. Perfect. And then we can harvest this stuff. No, we cannot. We can harvest this. Maybe we didn't grab that last time. That's still taking a little while to respawn. We'll double check to see if anything else has respawned in here. It might not have. It might have taken a little bit of time. Yep, that's fine. Okay, so it's not respawned, which is fair. It was quite quick succession. Sometimes they do seem to be quite quick. Sometimes they do take a little bit longer. So that's good to know. Maybe harvest it once and then leave it for a little while. I felt like we did go and do an Echo Lab. We've been at least like 15 minutes, but maybe it needs 20 minutes or a bit longer to regenerate the items in the chests. Obviously, it's respawned all the enemies, which is great for if you want to kill the enemies or if you want to go in combat, but it's not so great if you realistically just want to go there for the items. So maybe don't return back to that a second time in too quick succession, technically. Okay. And then again, we can grab this copper ore that's up here. And we can grab this as well. So we'll grab as much copper ore as we can, just so that way we can get the fuel cells. And we'll see if we'll grab some fuel cell stuff by that encampment as well. So let's grab this. I should say camp. Okay, so that's us fuel. It's just fuel. That's us full, sorry. So we'll just run back to base now. We'll also make a storage container after we've made the ore refinery and etc, whatever it is. The chemical refinery. So that way you can just chuck a lot of our heavier materials like the ore, the granite and the metal in those chests as well. The rest of the stuff's not too bad to run around with, especially having fiber on you is not going to be too much of an issue because you have got... I mean, for one, it doesn't weigh that much. And two, you can also make loads of health kits, which are always great and always super essential. So you might as well have them. So here what we're going to do is we are going to go over here. We're going to chuck all those in. And then we are going to use some of this to drink water. So again, not too shabby to drink some of that water. Again, it's want us to use our ability. So let's just quickly use our ability. There you go. Just jump off the map. Why not? That's fine. Let's open up the skill menu real quick. There you go. All these journeys complete. So some of the stuff you actually need to, if you've locked your skills, you need to do to unlock the next things. But that's fine. We don't need to do any of that for now. As you can see, we have built our own ship well. Okay, so that's getting built.
You'll be claiming a portion of the planet's surface for your very own.
Let's chuck one of these in here.
From the Emperor.
And we're just going to do another one this side as well. Perfect. So what we can do now is just chuck some of this stuff that we don't need. So the granite, the metal. Actually, that's pretty heavy as well, to be fair. We can grab rid of that much. When you've got that much plant fiber, then it's probably good to remove it. And some of these other bits and pieces that we don't realistically need on our personal times. So that's not bad. And then we can also just chuck in some of these other bits that we don't need in our inventory as well. And same with the NMF generator and the spice infused stuff. Bandages will keep on us. Survey probe will keep on us. Solari, you can choose to keep that on you or not. I would maybe potentially recommend not to keep it on you unless you're going to go to some trading outposts, because it's not really that useful out and about, I'd say. Okay, so that's still going away, which we need to wait for that to come back. We can mine granite and salvage fuel cells, I guess, in the meantime, because we now do have some space remaining. I've not been being too efficient, actually, because I can use some of these abilities to be running faster, etc. That's why I got it, and then I've not been using it at all, so that's my own fault. So one thing I do need to get used to and get better with is using abilities more often. They're so key in the game, and it can really speed run a lot of the gameplay mechanics in this. Okay, so let's go over here, kill these enemies. Even with a pistol, you really realistically don't need anything too insane. You don't need anything. You don't need, realistically, you go in there with a scrap metal knife and you still take them out. So these things are still taking a while to regen, which is fine. We can come back for that in a second. What we are here for, though, is the fuel cells. Let's mine that. Let's go and grab some. I don't really care too much. I mean, we can grab the granite, right? If it wants us to grab it. Obviously, we'll mainly grab this scrap metal because this is what it's all about. We want to try and grab as much metal as possible when we're out and about. Same with copper as well. Because it's pretty, like, really early game. It's going to be one of the best materials, I'd say, to get. Or both of them, really. Copper and the metal. It's going to be pretty key. And if you mine them when you're out and about, right, they're just going to respawn more of them, which is always nice. Let's just grab some of this granite, as it wants us to. And then we'll grab this as well. Why not? Why not? Why not? Let's appease the Dune gods. So we can probably now, the ore refinery has stopped making our, well, it's finished making our ore. So we can then make a chemical refinery, which then means we can then, oh, nice little sandworm there. Sandworm pop up to say hello, which we can then go on our sandbike and go out on our way. Perfect, so we can make that. Then we can go in here and we can just do small vehicles and we can make one because you need 25 to make one. We can take some from our generator as well. As you can see, we have 187 in here, so we can always take these out if we want to and chuck them in here as well. So we will actually probably take out these. So if we look at this, I'll just show you what I mean. So if we split and we do like, they're per hours, right? So if we just grab 3, which we don't realistically even need 3. There you go. We've got the power generator 3 hours and 19 minutes. Bear in mind the beta runs out in about an hour's time, so we don't need longer than that. So we've got the small ones and the larger ones as well. So we've got the larger ones, you need water, and you need fuel cells as well, and then the small vehicle cells as well. So I actually wonder, can we put a medium vehicle cell into a small bike? Let's test it out. Why not? Let's test it out. Because that's something I'm not sure about. Let's give it a whirl. We've got a small one anyway. And then we can potentially make another small one if the large one doesn't work. Just as a backup as we roam around, we can get through the gap and we can go to some of these harder echo labs and get some more OP gear as well. So let's have a look. Let's, if we go into F and manage vehicle. Let's see if we drop this small one. See if we go to fuel. And if we go to F, refuel. That's refueled it to 100%. Let's see how much health. Oh, it's barely taken any. So if you've got more fuel cells and if you've got the water, you might as well go up the next one, get the medium one. It's gonna save you some inventory space there. Cool. So rocking and rolling, we can now go back to, let's say, like an echo lab we wanted to. We go and do some contracts. So realistically is what I'm thinking is we go and do the echo lab and see if that, I don't know if that will be reset by now. we can always do is we can go over to the main hub place and see if there's any contracts for us to complete that we could do quickly. Or we could also, let's heal up real quick actually, because it's just stressing me out slightly. I've not got full health on this. So let's get that a little bit closer to full health. We've got the main key things in here. You can just, again, you can do literally by 2 by 2. You can fit these key essentials in here. So it's not horrendous. It's not horrendous at all. Obviously, you do need to be able to access all the front panels. So that is a little bit of an issue sometimes. So if we go on the research, obviously we need to learn some of this by doing the journey, which we can go and do. And we can learn this. It's going to make, what, copper ingots and mechanical parts. So we can make a brand new one. So let's research it. Might as well. We can make some other armor. I'm not too fussed by the other armor at the moment, though. So let's make that other weapon. Just so we've got a better version of it, realistically. That's going to be the best way forward. So let's craft one of these. And again, we're using parts that we've got from doing the crash ship. So we're using parts from everything we've been done. You know, everything we've done. The Echo Lab, we've used that to make the vehicle. We're using these parts to make better weapons and better gear. Which is why it's always good to get the items from them. They do have some decent stuff. So let's drop that. Let's drop that. Because we said we wanted to drop it earlier and we couldn't drop it earlier. And let's chuck it there. We're going to chuck it there for us. Easy access. We've then got pretty decent... what we can actually do is we can go in here. We can grab some... Actually, what we should be doing as well is rather than crafting an inventory, what we can do is going into this system here, going to the fabricator. The fabricator can make everything we can make. So go into heal kits and we can just craft like, I don't know, 20 of these for now. And that's going to be way more efficient than grabbing the resources, crafting in our inventory, and then going back and dropping off the resources that we've got remaining. We might as well just go into this and do it this way. Obviously, the only issue with this one is, yeah, we do have to wait for it to load. We can't just go out and about and start doing stuff. But, I mean, we're not going to have to put stuff in storages, right? In and out all the time. Also, is there anything anyone wants to see? Like, before the actual beta ends? Is there anything that anyone's missed that's like, oh my god, I really want to see this? We've got our sand bike, we can go out, we've got our generator. Realistically, if you want to see something, let me know and we can go to it. We can go to it. It doesn't matter what it is. We can go to it. It doesn't matter. We can go to anything. So if you're like, I really want to see this crash ship, I really want to see this Echo Lab, let me know and we'll go to it. We'll make it happen. We have been to everything before, but just if anyone's coming by, popping by, and being like, yeah, I really want to see something before the beta finishes, let me know. Okay, cool. So we can reheal on health. We can also, we probably should have made the, I don't think we can learn it yet, which is the Litterjon. What we'll go and do, actually, we will do one of these spice missions, because I think it might be this one or it might be the next one we get the Litterjon anyway. So let's hop on this. And let's go towards the cave, have them. So, or it shows the objective anyway. So let's select that, just so it comes up. It does come up anyway, that's fine. 900 meters away, we'll kind of stick roughly to the land to make sure no sandworms come for us, but it shouldn't be too much of a hassle anyway in this area. I mean, the sandworms, okay, the sandworms getting called a little bit now, but not even too bad. We might try and go just straight to it. I think it shouldn't be an issue at all. The Sardica drop ships above as well. Shouldn't be too much of a hassle. Sometimes they can randomly spot you when you're doing something else, but other than that, I've not had too many issues with them at all. Also, if they do go on the sand as well, they will get eaten by a sandworm. So that is also a thing. Let's go through into this cave up here. You can see the little route leading up towards where we've actually got to go to. And then you can't drive your sand bikes into these areas, as in like up and above, like I'll show you what I mean. You can't drive them in there, so you might as well just drop them off here. Even if you get them up to this bit, this area is blocked, so you can't actually bring it the whole way through. Again, we're going to skip through some of this Fremen stuff, so we're not going to go through too much of it. We're just going to do the mission for it anyway. Because I think it might get us the Litterjon if we do this quest. But it's not bad. I mean, that is efficient to get a bike, and then you can cross the gap straight away, start making base placements and stuff. So in a guild, it's going to be pretty OP. we're tripping out with Spice. It's going to do a cutscene. We're going to skip all the cutscene stuff. Like I said, we're just trying to see how far we can get. So I reckon what we could try and do, which might be a crazy thing, let's try and go to Echo Lab 10. Is that... Am I insane for doing that? With the gear we've got? I think so, but why not? We'll put a respawn... Oh, we don't need a respawn beacon, actually, because we've got our... We've got our vehicle. We'll respawn at the vehicle. As long as we don't die by the sand one, we should be good. And it should give us some nice shield stuff as well. I mean, they're gonna be more OP. As long as we've got a blade, we should be good, right? Realistically, as long as we've got a blade, we should be fine. So we'll try and utilize that as much as possible. Again, we're gonna skip these cutscenes. Gonna run through this. Yes, yes, yes. I know the people. I know the people are sad. Let's run and jump through this. I can't sprint through this bit.
Who is it that thinks? Ibn Kirtaiba.
Ah!
The weight of a kindly god is a fearful thing.
Didn't think I'll be hearing this again before the game actually fully releases, I can't lie. But here we are. Here we are.
The burning eyes of Allah and the words of the Kitab al-Ibar.
Okay. You're normally supposed to hide from these things, but you can pretty much just run through it, and it's not going to cause too many issues, I don't think. There we go. Just running through the whole thing with not too many issues. I think if we just run through this as well, just stand here, it's going to block it for a second. No, it won't. Okay, and it does restart, so we can just be a little bit more careful. So it can see you for a little bit, but you can't see you for the whole time. So as long as you're slightly careful, you don't have to be too careful, but slightly careful, just so it's not completely viewing you the whole time, you should be fine. So if we get behind this, reset it. If we get behind this, we will not make it. We're trying too hard now to speedrun it. And it's being like, nope, not going to happen. So we're going to run behind this one. Can wait for it to close, or we could run behind this. And it just closed in time. And again, just keep running.
On Harmontep, we were made to suffer. Our children taken and made slaves. They denied us the heart.
Jump through this.
Never to forgive. Never to
Wait for this to pass just so we don't get stuck in it. Okay, it stays... Okay. It stays where it's looking if it sees you. It doesn't carry on going. Okay. Good to know. I'm very excited to see the building skins. I'm actually really excited to... They did say there's going to be Twitch drops for building skins. So you best believe it. We're going to have all Twitch drops enabled on this stream. You best believe it. Ah! Good job there's climbing in this game. Good job there's climbing in this game. I'm very excited to see what we get. I think we might... I wouldn't be surprised if we get a swatch kit for some items, like a Twitch one. That'd be kind of cool. I hope badges as well. Badges. Badges. Do you mean like swatches? Or do you mean something else? Oh, God. We go the right way? It is jumping over this, isn't it? Stop looking at me. It is, yeah. Ah! Ah! I would like, yeah, I like swatches for the Twitch shops. I would also like some skin stuff. Some skins for like fabricators would be kind of neat. Could be kind of neat for them to do as well. I don't know what else they could do. Swatches, building set skins. I don't know. There's only so much they want to add, right? Furnitures, I guess, yeah? Furnitures? Armor skins? That'll be the swatches, right? I don't think they'll add new, like, armor. They might just add a swatch to it, I'd assume. I mean, if they do, that'd be pretty sick. Like, I'd love that as well. I'd be all on that, but... Oh, we should skip this as well. If we're going for fairly optimized run. Not fully optimized, but fairly optimized. It's the fairly speed run. The fairly optimized playthrough, right? Has the same stats, just looks different. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah, they could do that. They could do that. And then if it's a rare one, we could do like vehicle skins. Yeah, true. They might do the same thing, weapons and stuff as well. I would still love to make a logo. I'd still love to make a logo for the house, and then I'd like to be able to put that logo onto gear and stuff. But that might be a bit too easy for people to know who's in your guild and who's not. Unless you... I mean, if they're far out, you're not going to know. I guess unless you've got binoculars, then you might know, but... I think that'd be kind of a cool idea. I think that'd be kind of sick. There's definitely going to be some sort of purple kind of esque armor for the Twitch drop, I reckon. Like, purple and white. They always do something that stands out and it's kind of ugly. Oh, they'll probably do that at the first thing. And then they might do some cool looking stuff as we go on. Hopefully some cool stuff straight away. Hopefully. But I reckon they'll do like some basic Twitch stuff as well. Like the purple colours. Which wouldn't be too bad. I hope the north of the desert we couldn't see in the beta is a lot more flat in the rocky areas. Interesting that you want that. Interesting. You just think it's too bumpy recently then? That's true. That is very true. Yeah, it's kind of awkward. It's more awkward to build in. These bases are kind of sick, actually. These bases are very cool. We have got a... I'll talk more in the actual Discord soon about base building and stuff, because we've got a few recommendations about plans and stuff. And we're kind of getting stuff sorted as time goes on now. As the time approaches soon now, less than a month away till the game drops, we can have more discussions about the plans for going in. I've got to say, I didn't think you'd be able to build on the sand like this base here. But as long as it's fairly close to the rock, then it's not an issue at all, it seems. So, I guess that works. We're not going to worry too much about if this bite gets demolished from sandworms or what, from sandstorm, sorry, or whatever. It really doesn't matter to me because we've got maybe about 40 minutes of gameplay before the beta ends, I believe, anyway. But we'll keep playing it. We'll keep playing it. Keep playing it. Okie dokie. Or it might be till 11. I can't actually remember. I think for some reason I think it's 10:45, but it might be till 11. Should we check when the beta ends just real quick? We'll have a quick double check. Should be on the actual Dune Awakening beta. They should probably have an announcement on there, I reckon. So if we go on to that, there should be a little announcement to say when you have like 1 hour. Okay, so it is. Let's have a little browse. It will be... It will say exactly the time code. Is it 11 o'clock? Is it exactly? I'm sure there's going to be probably loads of people actually saying it in the general. Okay, it is. CET, which is 11, right? 11 o'clock, I believe. Often people are posting about it a lot more, but I have not seen it much in here. In the Discord right now as I'm looking. They normally got that, like, time zone thing. What it is in your own time zone, so you can easily quickly check what it is. But yeah, I think it might be like 11 o'clock-ish or 10:45 or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Let's probably go by the gap. Should we? Yeah, like we said, we wanted to try and do some crazy stuff. Did we learn anything, actually? What was the Fremen thing we learned in that? The still suit is the Fremen thing we learned in that. Okay, we didn't learn the Lithogen from that. Or is the Lithogen unlocked via... I'm actually not sure. Where is the Lithogen? Am I tripping? Here. Holy moly. That's a bit... Oh, here. Right? Wait, that can't be it. Isn't there a worse one? Or is there not a worse one than that? That seems a bit too much. I feel like we had a worse one before. Maybe it unlocks... I think you got to go and buy one, isn't it? You got to go and buy one. That's probably the best strat. What is this used to... Let's have a little look. Let's have a little browse to see what the steel suit's made out of. I can't really remember exactly. Micro, sandwich, fabric, and the plant fiber. The plant fiber is not an issue. And actually, it's actually quite cheap with a micro fiber. Yeah, we could probably... Can make a full set. That's pretty cheap. That's not that expensive at all. That's not that expensive at all. On Discord, it shows the beta key ends Monday the 12th, 4:45 p.m. Interesting. As in, that's going to be a different time zone, though. What time zone are you in for that 4:45 p.m.? Let's have a look to see if it says anywhere. Beta announcements. Yeah, it does say 29. I don't know why they've not done that in their time zone thing. It's 23:59 CT. I think we're an hour behind that, I believe. It must be, right? We'll see. We'll see when it turns us off. We'll see when it turns us off. I'm in the States. Yeah, okay, yeah. So, wait, what time is it for you right now? That's the question, actually. What time is it for you right now? Let's grab this, and let's equip all this stuff, and get rid of all this stuff as well. So, let's get rid of this. Oh, sorry. F, 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 and F, 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 F. And F. Okay, so yeah, so it must be 10:45 here then. I was thinking it was either 10:45 or 11. Okay, so we've got some of this. We haven't got a Lithogen, but that's fine. We can extract blood for resources. And we can, you know, we've got our still suit. So let's go and attempt to do a lab 10, which is supposedly the hardest lab to complete, with the earliest, pretty much the earliest gear you can have. Obviously, we've got the gun and stuff, but we've got pretty early gear here. We are going to move slightly to the middle because that's going to be the best area to probably cross. So slightly a bit more middle-wise. On one of these rocks over here, because it's going to be the best way to cross this massive gap here. Although a few times we did cross this gap, so maybe we'll just cross this gap instead. Why not? Why not? If it's near our base, there's no point going elsewhere, right? See if we can cross this gap. This is going to be interesting, actually. Should be fine. Should be fine. I don't want to promise and say it will be fine, but it should be fine. Oh, we actually crossed the other side, I think, before. This works just the same. Okay, we might be cooked here. We might be cooked, guys. I think we might be dead here. I think we might be dead. Actually, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. I think we might be okay, actually. Depends how far this is from us. No, it's not. It's not far. Amazing. Easy. We're already here. We're already here. Into the next area going forward. As you can see, we're getting all the other journey stuff. The second trial of a kill. And then we're just going to roam around to number 10 testing site. So we might be able to either finish the testing site or we might actually die before by the sandworm. I guess we'll see. So let's probably try and go from this bit of rock over here. It's hard because we're not using the surveying probe right now. We're just going to have to literally like eyeball it roughly. So we've got this here. That's that. So let's head over to... I think we have to go straight to this rock, I believe. I don't think we can head to that rock. I think that might be all off the map. Is this drum sand? No? Okay, good. Okay, we're going to catch some speed up here. That is the flower sand, I believe, activating. Okay, cool. And then we should just be... It's this one here, I believe. I guess we'll find out when we're on the map. And then... it's going to be a real test. It's going to be a real test. We've got no shield. So we've got no shield available to use. We've just made it as well. In good timing. Just as he comes up to say hello. The Echo Lab just should be just around this corner, I believe. Yep, so we're just going to have to go around this bit. It's like just in as well. This guy built his base half in, half out. Was he trying to glitch it to see if he could get out of the area? It's kind of funny, actually. Okay, so this is the Echo Lab, supposedly the hardest one. Let's give it a whirl and see how we do. So we're probably going to be mainly using... So let's go on our abilities, because I think we're going to be having to use... It's K to go on our abilities really quickly as well, if you're wondering. We're going to voice up, and we're going to get this up as well. And we're going to get... We've got our blade damage up. We're going to do this short blade damage as well. Just so we've got that extra. And we're going to get our short blade damage. We're going to get our weapon here, sorry. And we're going to try and get around. So again, that move is so good because it means we can get a stealth approach and get in, kill our first enemy of the area. Oh, he's down. Finish him off. Make sure I actually kill him. So again, we got a weapon part there. Let's push through a little bit further. This guy's probably going to chase us. If he does, we can just kill him then. Is he going to chase us? No, he's not chasing us. That's fine. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. What do you reckon, guys? What bit do you reckon I'm dying in at this part? Do you reckon I'll die at the boss fight? Do you reckon I won't even get to the boss fight? Do you reckon I'll die in the main area before the boss fight? What's everyone's predictions? Do you reckon I'll die before I even get to the main area? Okay. Okay, we might die before we get to the boss fight. What a second enemy. Ah! Come on, regain stamina, regain stamina. He's gonna need charge. He's gonna need charge. Don't kill me yet, sir, please. Okay. What we're gonna do here, we're gonna do this. Get that. Nice, and again. Nice. Okay, he's dead. Cool. That would have been embarrassing if we died there. Okay. Let's keep progressing. Let's keep progressing. God, that would have been the worst. Okay. Let's push through deeper in the buggy section. Okay. I can't remember which buggy section that bit is, actually. Let's keep going. No one in here. Okay. Sometimes I think they respawn them randomly, or maybe sometimes some are respawning and some haven't yet. Not sure how it exactly works.
Welcome to Imperial Desert Botanical Testing.
So we got to go this way.
I am Dr. Silas Graylish, director.
Here's where it's just empty, and there's no enemies. Oh wow, I'm doing so good, guys. Look how many enemies I've killed already. They just run from me. They're so scared. They're honestly so scared. They've decided to leave. This is one of my little things I would like to have changed, is something to say that the Echo Lab is done or complete, or not all enemies have respawned or something, because we're going in here expecting a full fight and there's literally nothing in here. Right? You know what I mean? There's stuff to loot, which is great, but there's just not the fight we were kind of hoping for. We might get to the boss fight. There might not even be the boss fight, right? So I think it would be nice to have some sort of like timer or something to show that it's full or it's finished. Let's get rid of this granite. I don't really care for that. And it will reset soon, or it's in the process of respawning. I don't know what they can do, but maybe some sort of timer as you go, or some sort of like sand clock that you see, and it's showing the sand falling down is when that's reset. It will show that the people have respawned or something, because I reckon this is empty as well, isn't it? Yeah, this whole area is empty. So this is one of my, I don't want to say complaints, but something that needs to change, I reckon. Or alter in some way. Because look at me go, guys. I'm getting way further than probably you thought. Okay. So we can push through here. There's probably going to be no enemies around here. If there's going to be enemies, it's going to be a shock to our system from not having any for a while. But it's just empty. It's just empty. Which is a shame. It's a real shame. Again, empty in here. Oh my days. It looks like we're doing insanely well, but we're just running through it. And does this seem... The question is, does this seem fair for someone to piggyback off someone else's stuff and get all the good loot for it when you could have nothing? I don't know. I don't know, because you could go in here pretty much naked. We've only had to face like 2 guys. Pretty much, right? And get all this loot that we're getting for not doing basically anything at all. There's literally no enemies in here. See, we're getting like Hill Kits Mark II in here. We're getting hella loads of darts, etc. I think there was something I just missed, wasn't there? It's probably just going to be darts, but we'll check it out anyway. Some other bits, okay. Some more particle capacitators, advanced servox and stuff, so... But yeah, it's just easy. So this is the buggy thing you thought I'd die at. I reckon. Maybe it's not the buggy bit you thought I'd die at. I'm not sure what this bit is. We've got silicone blocks now. We've got complex machinery and flour sand before actually realistically doing anything that matters in this area at all. I just don't think we should be able to get this loot right now. Do you know what I mean? It just seems too easy for us. Because we've not done anything. Bear in mind, you do have to finish the enemies here. So this next bit... So I could leave now, right? But if I go through this door at the end, I believe... There might be another door at the end. Again, this area is all empty as well. So we'll just see if there's anything to loot, and we'll loot it all. Fuel cells. Again, more stuff here. I believe there might be like one of those Holtzman shield doors where we might have to go through. And when we go through, we have to think... I think we have to kill the enemies in there. Whether they'll respawn then, or maybe it will just let us go through. I don't know. If it lets us go through, then that's definitely something that needs to be looked at, because it's going to be way too easy. I mean, it's already been a walk in the park, quite literally, because we've not done anything. We've literally just walked around. We killed 2 enemies right at the start, and that's pretty much it. And we're getting all this loot. I know all the best loot's right at the end after the boss fight, but still. This stuff's still great, and the Solari's still decent. I mean, look at the Solari we have. 4,457 already. That's quite a lot, I feel like. I think too much, to be fair. From what we've done, and we've got loads more sand bike parts. Obviously, I know we have used the sand bike to get here, which didn't take long, but still. We've got so much stuff. So much stuff from doing nothing right now in this base. Except from killing 2 enemies, which are really easy to kill. Let's heal up just in case. But I think this is going to be a breeze as well. I don't think any enemies are going to spawn in. Please prove me wrong, game. Please. I beg. But again, look how far we are getting in this. And the loot we've got, right? The loot we've got on us. I don't know. It seems pretty OP so far. Seems pretty OP so far. How long we got? About 25-ish minutes. 27-ish minutes, maybe. Okay, so here's the part where if we go through this, we then can't return unless we kill the enemies, okay? So this is basically where we die or where we don't die. I just saw the ingredients to the base extender. It's 15,000 per thing, so it might get used up a lot. 15,000 per what? Sorry. Per which item? The Solari. Okay, 15,000 per item. Okay, so that's fair enough. But you can quite easily farm quite a lot of it. We've basically got no gear at all. Let's go in here. Let's try and stealth it. Oh, so this is the buggy room you were probably talking about, I'm assuming. Or is this the ornithopter room? This might be the ornithopter room. Don't know. So let's see how well we can do with just the basic stuff we have on us. And there's not that many enemies still that have respawned in this area. It might just be the middle section. There's some down there as well. But there's normally stuff on this like left side, which there isn't any of. Is there stuff on the other backside? There is a little bit. There's a few enemies on the backside. So again, we can't leave either of those. They're both red until we've killed all the enemies here. So what we might try and do is just kill this heavy. This heavy is probably going to be our biggest concern, our biggest problem. They're going to try and kill us. So let's just try and stab this guy so much. He's going to use his ability. Let's get back. Let's go in again. Heavy, get back. Okay, so we died pretty damn quick. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, so him just going like that and stabbing us real quick in quick succession, and the other guy shooting a little bit, we're instantly dead. That's pretty mad. That is just still spamming our body. Okay, so going in there with basic gear is probably not the best idea. If you've got some other better gear, probably wouldn't be too bad, and some, you know, I just don't think you're going to get very far in doing Echo Lab 10 with the gear we had. So if we were to now spawn back at our base, or we can actually spawn technically back at our vehicle. Let's spawn at our vehicle, why not? As soon as we can, we might as well. And let's have a little look at what items we've actually lost doing that. Because we did get quite a lot in there. So let's go on to it. So we've still gone in there. We've still got quite a lot of loot. Bear in mind, we've taken a bit of durability, not too much stuff. We've lost our Solaris, right? So we've lost all our Solaris, which is 4,500. But if we did bank those, or we put them in our chest to leave and go in there, we've still got a fair amount of stuff, to be fair. Like complex machinery and silicone blocks. We don't have any of that at all, right? And even this health kit Mark II and some of these other bits, we've got loads more. We've got gun parts. I think we got gun parts anywhere else. And same with the blade parts. I know they can be found in some of the other Echo Labs as well, but still. It's not bad. It's not bad. Obviously, you wouldn't want to go there straight away with nothing because you're not going to get in the end of the boss fight and you're going to lose your Solaris if you have them on you. But it's not the worst outcome of dying to it. Let's go in the research menu, see if there is anything. We can again, it's probably why you end up using your like more armored gear. So light armor rather than this, which is not used for armor at all. So again, it's why you should be more prepared with different armor. I wanted to see how far I would get with still suit stuff on. Not too far. So probably the recommended thing is scavenger rags, light armor. Obviously, I'd probably more recommend something like Kirab heavy armor or Kirab scout armor, depending on which route you wanted to take. I would probably go more like a scout, but I know some people in chat and stuff want to go more like a heavy, which is cool. I think it's cool that you've kind of got the option between the two. You can either do like a heavy build or a more scout build as well. So this is basically us dead here. 15,000 money once or like rent. I assume you mean 15,000 Solari per extender, per base extender, right? I would assume. Let's go over here. We will also... We've got like 20 minutes left, so... Let's just mess about a little bit. We'll go to maybe the PvP zone, see if we can go in there. I don't know why someone's built this. To try and... get through. Or maybe they were trying to see if they could build through and cheat the system. I'm not sure. Be kind of funny. So let's go to the main hub area. In this region. See if we can reach it on a sandbite. We might die by a sandworm. If we die by a sandworm, it doesn't matter. Is that crash ship there before? I can't remember. Oh, apparently there is a glitch to get past it. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, well. I'm not too focused on the glitches. I don't want to show content that we're not supposed to see yet anyway. So, I'll wait till the full game. It's not too long. It's not too long. It's less than a month, you know. It's less than a month away. Okay, let's head towards this rock here. It's probably going to be our closest rock to go to. We're on some drum sand. That's not going to be helping our cause whatsoever there. It's over there, so I think we should be fine. Oh, actually, I'm not sure. They are quick. They are quick. I don't know. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. He's coming there, maybe? Yeah. Sometimes he kind of goes in and then you don't really see his head popping out. They are very quick, obviously, so you've got to be careful, but... let's go over to this, like I said, the main hub area over here. It should be just past this, I reckon. Oh, it's just there. There you go. You can see the lights from it. You see it lit up like a Christmas tree. Actually, I've just realised. Do you reckon they'll do seasonal stuff with Twitch drops? Do you reckon they'll do like change a night, like a Christmas tree decoration as a Twitch drop and stuff? So maybe not technically in the official game, but just as a bit of fun for Christmas time. Or maybe you can put skins on some of your lights for them to be Christmas lights. Would be kind of interesting. Be very interesting to see if they do that. It'd be funny, to be fair. Is that a sandworm, I'm assuming? It's quite popular around here. There's quite a lot of bases being made over here. They've clearly used a few, maybe a few extenders if they have, or the advanced sub-thief console. I'm not sure. Or maybe that's just a basic one, but it's quite a good use of space, that one. I can't lie. That's a nice looking base. Okay, so let's go through into here. Let's park our vehicle up. Let's make sure we've not missed anything going into this area as well. Did they do that in the books to celebrate the holidays? I haven't gone through the books too much yet. I'm still going through them. I don't think so, but they probably wouldn't mention it. Or it's definitely not in any of the films or anything. But here's to say they might not be. They might add them. It would be weird though if they're like, oh, it's Christmas time. Here's a Christmas tree. I don't know. feel very out of place, I guess. But as a Twitch shop, I think it would be okay. So we've got the contracts board here. We've got the trade stuff here. So let's see what this guy's trading.
Another innocent traveler.
We've got the Night Ride Sandbike Boost 2. We've got some Mic 2 for this. And that's quite cheap. This stuff isn't expensive, to be fair. That's not that expensive for Solari. Obviously, the hull's the most expensive part, which we should expect. But for Mark 2, we could have probably bought one of those if we didn't die by the sandworm and keep all our Solari on us. Buy that pretty much, like, fairly early on. Like, I mean, again, on this save, we had 4,400 or something. And that's not doing too much stuff at all. That's doing one, like, Echo Lab, one, like, hostile enemy base, and one ship. That's not too bad. So I reckon we get this quite quickly on Mark II, which, again, is going to be nice to do. So we did unlock this office furniture set, actually, for our main base. I don't think we've done the bedroom furniture sets. There is furniture sets we can unlock by buying them as well to get more gear, which is kind of cool. And then we've just got the blank sink chart. So that can be populated with a survey data. Open the map and select a surveyed area to populate it. Okay. So it requires a cartographer passive from the plantologist skill tree. So I am actually going to be making a video coming out. I want to say, oh, cup of water as well. Okay, so you can just buy hydration straight out of it as well. That's pretty interesting. And then some of the basic stuff as well. Some of these materials. So you can buy pretty much most stuff. And they're not that expensive, realistically. What's stuff selling for? Ooh, that stuff is not selling for great. Okay. So although we're buying that for quite a lot, you're not going to get much for that back. I guess you've got the demand in the trade guys as well, which I actually completely missed before. I never saw this stuff before. I've just realized I've been recording this whole stream as well. I started the record just to show off some of the building stuff, so I've got footage of that. But now I've just got 2.5 hours of footage. That's going to take up hella loads of stuff. But selling this stuff is really not much. So $4.25 for the small one. That's not bad, but again, I think the Solari is just going to be better to be found rather than sold on this. The player exchange is probably where it's going to be at, rather than these trade markers. This guy's Harkonnen as well, so that's interesting. He's on the Harkonnen side of things. We got the Atreides guy here, and we got the Harkonnen guy over here as well. But that enemy was, well, that trader was on the Harkonnen side, which is interesting. So one of the quests was about finding a ornithopter pilot, and I believe you cannot do that in this area. I believe that's something for the main game. They don't want to unlock the social hubs because these guys cannot be talked to at all. So yeah, you realistically can't talk to any of these guys to get into any ornithopter pilots to unlock any other areas. They would have definitely promoted it if you could as well. But just, I think let's have a quick review of, like I said, I'm going to be doing a full breakdown on every single skill, every single level on each of the skills. So you can like watch that and you can be like, cool, I really want to do like this skill, or I really want to learn that skill. So maybe I'll start with that, or I'll go to that trainer first, right? What is in these outfits in here, like the houses outfits, these ones here. I think they are pretty sick, to be fair. House Harkonnen scum, you know, it's all about the Atreides. Noble. Okay, so yeah, let's go through them anyway. About the ones we'd want to do. So, no. As in, which outfits are you on about? So, for us, we're going to be starting off with Bene Gesserit, right? And I realistically want to be doing this route early on. Because I want to get the weirding step to get the stealth attack, well, pretty much stealth attack behind someone. I think it's a nice way to move around the map. I think it's kind of cool. Well, not move around the map, but move around to different enemies. I think it's a key thing. Some of these are quite nice with the short blade damage and blade damage as well. That's quite nice. I'm not too fussed about any of these. So this technically allows you to focus on registering opponents more quickly. Not too fussed about that. I mean, actually, in order to use the voice faster, that might be kind of useful. That might be kind of a nice ability, actually. So maybe compel, getting something like that would be quite nice. I do want to go the full way, realistically, in this. We've got stop in there, not too crazy. Some other health stuff. Yeah, I'm not too fussed about too many other things in here. I probably will fully unlock the Bene Gesserit way just anyway because I want to. Just so I'm fully experienced. All the ones that were outside by the vehicles. Ah, okay, yes. Let's have a look at them again. These guys. He's got this guy with a jacket on. He doesn't want to look at our camera. He's really trying hard to not look at me. Oh my god. Okay. Yes, you got his outfit. And then you got these guys out. Okay, the masks are pretty cool actually. They're pretty sick actually. And this guy's pretty much like basic stuff. I hate his goggles. They're so horrible. But I understand they're like the sand goggles, right? What is that? Is that a light? Is that one of those floating lights? I think it might be. Okay, so going back inside just in case we die from a sandstorm or something. Just in case, you never know. Going on to the Swords Master is something I really want to go down the route of. I haven't looked at too many of these. So we've got, you've entered a heightened state of awareness when next attacked in melee, you parry and counterattack with a savage riposte that bleeds and damages your enemy. That's pretty cool. That's pretty sick. This doesn't seem to sound like it makes sense though. And when next attacked, okay, it does. In melee. So, for sword combat, this is going to be insane for me. This is going to be so good. It's so useful. So I want that. That's going to be really cool. Defeating an enemy with blade empowers your next attack with the blade for a brief period. The skilled Swordsmaster dances between opponents, keeping their damage high. Okay, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's like damage boost 30%. I mean, it's something, right? Long blade damage, don't care for the long blade stuff. You enter a heightened state of awareness when next attacked in melee, you parry and counterattack with precise... Wait. What? Oh, it's very close to that. With precise strike that damages their arm and numbs them for a short period of time. Their damage output is reduced. Okay, interesting. Eye the Storm, this is for long range weapons, I believe. You pirouette with your blade, becoming a whirlwind of piercing damage that cuts everything around you. While seemingly chaotic, the Swordsmaster maintains calm. The Eye of the Heart of the Storm. So maybe it's not. Maybe it can be used for daggers as well, but I just think it would mainly be used for the bigger swords. But I might be wrong on that. It makes sense if it's just for the smaller stuff. Precise parry when your blood is infused with... Oh, okay. We're not too fast about that spicy one for now. Deflection. This will be cool. This will be very cool. You enter the defensive stance, deflecting darts that are fired at you. The ability lasts as long as your stamina holds out. I really want to know if these abilities will work for a swords... A dagger type build, right? I want to know if that works or not. Reckless lunge. Some lunges there. Thrive on danger. Regenerate health faster, receive less poise damage, and reduce all stamina costs for all actions. It's not bad. It's not bad. Is that the... That's just a technique as well. That's not bad, actually. Crippling strike. You striking in a low angle to cut your enemies below the knees for a while after being hit. Your enemies are slowed and their dashes require more stamina. While not the most honourable of attacks, the Swordmaster understands that this is a difference between a duel and a war. Okay. And you got the knee charge there, the propel forward and hit them. Inspiration, you inspire yourself and your companions to greater heights, increasing the damage of your melee attacks. That would be pretty sick. I can imagine that being pretty cool. There is some other ones. I haven't really looked into too many of these scientist ones. They are obviously... Maybe not... Is there not as many, I think? Yeah, not as many on some of these ones. So the plantologist, not as many. Actually, that... Yeah, maybe that's the smallest one, maybe? Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong in thinking that, actually. That might not be the smallest one. Or one of the smallest ones. No, I think that is. I think that's the smallest one, the plantologist stuff. So you've got not really many crazy ones, but like suspensor pad. Drop a suspensor device that launches yourself and targets into the air. Useful for navigation and traversal. And then you've not really got any other abilities here, except from... That's not even ability here either. That's the technique. Reduce the power drain of every action that you take. Okay. Some mentat stuff. You've got the turret one there. You got marksman, so focusing on the vulnerable parts, the head. However, the training you hit this smaller target. It's actually made you worse at putting darts into the center of gravity. Your headshot damage is increased, but your body shot damage is decreased. Interesting. Exploit the weakness in their shield, I believe, and unshielded. When you damage the unshielded with ranged weapons, the hit location becomes a weak point as well. Increase the damage of subsequent attacks. Interesting. Got the Hunter Seeker there. You've got Poison Tooth installed by Suck Doctor. You can activate this Poison Tooth when downed in combat, causing a cloud of poison mist that damages and poisons anybody nearby. The downside, of course, is that it damages you as well. That's really cool. Fitting in with the films as well, that's very cool. That's very awesome. I like that a lot. Poison Mine, you've got Poison Capsule. You have a hidden dart dispenser that fires off a specifically prepared capsule filled with poisonous spores. On impact, a cloud of poisonous spores appears, building poison on all who remain within. Stunner, you have a hidden dart dispenser that fires off a specially prepared sedative tipped dart. On impact, this dart stuns the enemy, locking their muscles and rendering them unable to move or attack. That's pretty OP. Source of Power. Continuously regenerates power for nearby allies, blah, blah. It's not bad. That's okay. Anti-Gravity Mine, we've seen that before. Gravity Mine, we've seen that before. Shield Wall, we've seen that before. Iron Will. You've developed such a strong sense of self that you are able to alter your thought patterns to avoid the manipulations of the Bene Gesserit voice and cost of stamina. At least those of lesser, practitioners. Pardon me. That's quite cool. I think that would be good fun to have. Especially as a Bene Gesserit. The Bene Gesserit's not been able to do the voice on me would be kind of cool. And then Solido Decoy. Use a miniature Solido projector to project a near-perfect image of yourself onto the battlefield. Triggering it again will force the projection to move forward, fooling enemies into attacking. And using their abilities and using their stamina. That's pretty cool, actually. That's pretty awesome. I do like that as well as an ability. Obviously, we can switch all these in and out. You can't gain all the abilities, obviously, but you can gain majority of them. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And then there's some gunnery stuff as well. So we've got stuff like anti-gravity field, Spencer dash, gravity field, capsule grenade, death from above, energy capsule. And I don't think I'll be really using many of these, to be fair, for these trooper abilities. There's not really many that I'm really liking or I'm really interested in. Assault Seeker, modified Hunter Seeker that will fly in a direction line and explode upon contact with anything, can be triggered to explode with a second activation. That's kind of cool, but I prefer the one that you can actually control if we do one. Attract a field. I'm not too fussed by any of the only thing that really interests me from this is the Shigawa Claw. Because I think that's really good. Yeah, like you said, it is crazy good. I think I've used that a little bit in my other build, and I've been enjoying using that. So I think realistically on the trooper ability side, I'm only going to probably pick this one. Because you can't learn all the skills and abilities, I might just pick that one, to be fair, in this one. We have skipped past... No, we've skipped past one of them. We've skipped past... did we skip past any of them? Maybe we didn't. No. That is all of them. The only trooper thing I want to really is the technique to lower skills cooldown. I missed that one. Lower skills cooldown is probably one of these ones, right? Maybe it's... Oh, that's the train yourself to move faster while using heavy weapons. So that's good for a heavy weapon build, I guess. And it's probably going to be one of these smaller ones, maybe. Disrupted dash, Spencer, anti-gravity, Spencer efficiency. This is not to lower next to the Shigawa. Battle hardened. No, that's not it. Oh, no, it is, yeah. The inexperienced and untrained will flinch in the heat of battle. Panicked and unable to remember their basic training. Trooper training prepares you for all the realities of combat and allows you to use your abilities more often. That's amazing. That's also a technique I want. So those two are very good. Those two are very good. I'm very much interested by those. Very much. We are probably going to be getting kicked off soon. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's, I guess, going through roughly quickly just some of the skills and some of the stuff we want and we don't want, not what too fussed by. So I guess, yeah, some from Bene Gesserit, a few from Swordsmaster. We ideally want our sword stuff. I'm not really sure. Maybe... I'm not really sure. I'm not really fussed by that. Maybe some of this stuff on here. So the cartographer would be useful, I think, just for general use. Be able to make the sync charts. Maybe some of this stuff would also be quite nice, useful. I'm not too fussed on many of these things. Just having a little look. Spice surveyor, through research and field experience, you've learned to recognize the density of spice bed from surveys. This ability is most used in the deep desert. Ooh, okay, that could be useful. Still suit seals, though you have no formal training with a still suit. You've adjusted several seals and tabs that must be properly fitted for the still suit to act with optimal efficiency. Your water reclamation while wearing the suit is improved. Hydration capture 105%, and that only goes up. 110 and then 115. It's not bad. We got a fuel efficiency pilot as well, so I think that's probably for most things, haven't we? Oh no, just for fuel efficiency driver as well. Yeah, so being more fuel efficient. And sand crawler yield. Your understanding of sand and the vacuum of static action of a sand crawler allows you to harvest spice more efficiently. That's going to be sick. I think because spice is going to be one of the main things. Most people need to be having this sand crawler yield thing. Not everyone. And if you don't want it, that's fine. But a few of us are going to need the sand crawler yield, especially the ones obviously driving those sand crawlers. That's going to be useful. I'm assuming it's not going to stack if you've got multiple people with it. So it's just going to be the driver, because I think they are just the one driver thing. What's this one up here? Heat management. Okay, so just vehicle heat, etc. Vehicle mining as well. Vehicle repair. Okay, so there is some still interesting stuff on here. I was kind of overlooking it first, but there is some decent stuff. Oh, you're better at finding handholds and footholds while climbing, reducing your stamina drain. Goes all the way up to 25%. It's not too shabby at all. It's not too shabby at all. We might be getting kicked off in a second. I guess we're about to find out. So let's see if we can kill some enemies real quick before we get kicked off. We might not have time. Might get kicked off in the next minute or two. It'd be fun if they just extend it and I'm like waiting for it to be shut down. I just keep playing. I'm like, when's it going down? Just turns out they extended it another day. I feel like they wouldn't extend it another day. They already gave everyone on the beta access, so everyone that pre-ordered the game, sorry, access to this beta. This base is kind of interesting. Let's have a little look at this base as well. Do some base watching. Just drive right inside their base. It's a nice base. That's a very nice base. It's even got a little space for his bedroom as well. Wow, look at this. Fancy. He's got 3 generators. Why the hell has he got 3 generators? Surely he does not need 3 generators to power this. Maybe he does, actually. Maybe he does. I don't know. I mean, you do need more, like, fuel ways. So maybe he does need this amount of fuel generators to power everything he's got here. Because he's got 2 small ore refineries, a small chemical refinery, the blood purifier, the improved blood purifier, a fabricator, a repair station, which we can actually use. Repair item with salvaged metal, so we can improve our cutaries, improve our sandbike stuff. So that's cool to see, actually. That's very cool. Repair the item. And then it still gets a little bit damaged. So over time, you are going to need to have full new ones because it's going to get damaged. Still, even after the damage, there's still going to be a bit of a red bar. Even with this, probably. A tiny little red bar that you can see as well. That's cool. And then he's got a recycler as well. So we can just chuck, let's say, the blade parts in here. We get some salvaged metal back. Get plant fiber, salvage metal from that. Binoculars. It's going to be pretty much whatever you've made out of. Particle capacitator gives you plant fiber? That seems strange. That seems like that might need to change. It might be correct, but it just seems very bizarre. And then he's got his little base, his little bed stuff. Can you actually sleep in the beds? No. They need to add that as an animation. You can sit down. Why not just add a little sleeping animation? Why not? And I would quite like some different poses rather than this basic ass pose, you know? Give me another, like, like a legs cross one or like a, I don't know, just more natural poses. I'd like some more natural poses when sitting down, so they're not all the same. You know, I want all the guild members to be chilling. And we have... Oh. We have found an invisible barrier inside this base. No, it's going to kick us out, isn't it? No, no, it's not. No, we're still here. We're past the time. Maybe it's going to kick us out very shortly. It's a very nice base. I like the base. I would not be surprised if we die very soon. Maybe we should die in style by the sandworm. Is he going to come out? Come out to play? Run out on the sand? Surely wouldn't let us cross this bit. Surely. No way we're going to make this. That's surprising. If we make that on foot, that's pretty far to go. Oh my god. For like a bike, it wouldn't be impressive, but for running and walking? Ah, there we go. And he's gonna, I don't know. It's gonna be close. I think he will catch up to me just before I get to that side. Or maybe not. No, I think he's now out of range. So if we go back onto it. If we immediately activate him again, is he now disactivated? Yeah, so he's got to breach again, I think, to get us. Which he hasn't done. Okay, so he's then breached closer to us. Whether that's meant to happen or whether that's just a bug of him breaching closer. Is he going to actually... Whoa! 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 Oh my god! Wait, what? That was trippy as hell. I thought he was going to eat me from below. I thought it was like a deep desert sandworm for a second. I was like tripping there. Okay. So for some reason it hasn't kicked us off yet. And I believe it should be the end. Is he going to let us respawn as well? Interesting. Interesting that we haven't been kicked off. Was that the first time we died by the sandworm as well? Yeah, I think it has. On this playthrough, did we get killed from a sandworm earlier? I don't think we did, right? So we died from another player. So, we lost everything, which is interesting because the first time we did it on a normal playthrough, and we died to the sandworm, we had like a life effectively, which was like, oh, you're gonna lose all your gear now. You're gonna come back with everything, but if you do it again, you'll lose all your gear. So that's interesting that it doesn't count for another player made. It doesn't care if you've made another player and you're doing it again. You're still going to lose all your items. So, effectively, you get one chance, I think, forever. And you get your items back. And then any other characters you build on anything else, you don't get that chance again. So be very careful, actually. I thought that might be on every character you make, but it sounds like it's not going to be. That's not going to be the situation. If I do this, is this going to attract him more? Yes, it is. Because it's a bit louder. A bit more vibrations. I am so surprised we're still able to move around. Are we going to be able to... How quick is the run when he's chasing us? Are we going to get our 7 seconds of glory? We might not. 5 seconds, 4... Okay, we'll get to it before he chases us. And he's not even doing the actual approach attack. We've made him burst to the surface, and then this is the one that chases us. So let's do the sprint. Okay, he's still pretty fast. Oh, but this counts as rocky land, so we're saved. He's just staring at us. He's like, you son of a gun. You son of a gun. Is he stuck? Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Riding sandworm confirmed right now. Oh! He's Fremen, listen again! Start riding the sandworm. That's a new strat. So you can... Riding sandworms is confirmed. You can do it, but you may risk death. We're going to tease this sandworm, actually, multiple times. And see if he comes from below and swallows us like it said he was. How many times do we do it for him to get pissed off to the fact that he has to just swallow us from below? That is a question. So let's do it again. Let's tease him. Because they did say they've got an anti-tease mechanic for this, right? They did say they have an anti-tease mechanic. So let's just test out that a bit more. Let's do our sprint. Come on, Sandworm. Might be out a bit too far here. Gonna lure him back in. He doesn't want nothing to do with us now. Here we go. Maybe. No. Come on, show off your anti-tease mechanic. I'm trying to make as much noise as possible, but still keeping my run in case I need it. Okay, so he's breached. We'll wait for the actual guy to chase us. Where is the chaser? Where is the chaser? Where is the chaser? Is he coming? They breached the surface. There's the chaser. I need to run towards this way. I ran the wrong way. I ran the wrong way. Is it going to be just in time? We are just in time? Or is he going to eat us from below? No. Okay, so again, that's what, the third tease? The third tease and still not eating us from below. Was it a scaring tactic that the dev said? Was it a scaring tactic? Can you come and eat me again? Why is he not? I want to activate this anti-tease mechanic. How many times have I got to tease the goddamn worm for it? I know it doesn't want to have it too quickly because it doesn't want to have you, like, accidentally activate the anti-tease mechanic by accident. But now we are... This fourth time is now deliberate. Very clearly deliberate. I'd be surprised if it doesn't activate after this time, right? I'd be very shocked. And also, why haven't we been kicked off yet? I feel like we should have been kicked off the server ages ago. Okay, and then we run. Actually, we're probably too close to Rocky Land to summon him. Is he coming? We're probably disabled him again because he just ran to that rocky bit of land. Come on. I mean, we made him breach, so that's something, right? We're getting some stamina real quick. Okay. Okay. Run to this. Okay, we made him breach and maybe chase us a bit. I don't know. I don't want to die too quickly. Is this where we're dead? No. We moved up. We moved the sand above us. Almost like we were gonna get killed there. But still nothing. So this is what, like the fifth time now, maybe? God, the anti-tease mechanic is really like... It's got to be like you've got to be teasing the worm like crazy. At this part, it might just count as foreplay. This is crazy. God. Is it going to activate again? Hello? No? There we go. He's breached the surface. He's going to chase. He's going to get us on the run. Come on. Get one of them on the run. Get one of them on the run. He's breached. Maybe it's just the one on the run that's going to come and swallow us from below. He's not breached yet. He's not breached yet. Oh, he's breached. Sorry, he's not chasing though. This is the chasing one. Yep. So we're now going to run. And then again, we've teased him. Is he going to be annoyed at that tease? No. No. He doesn't care? This is confusing. How, at what degree does the tease count as a tease and not me just running away? That's what I want to know, because I feel like this is now the 5th or 6th time we're now teasing this guy. Has it got to be breach and him chase us? Or is the tease just the breach? Maybe it's the breach and the chase. So let's do it consecutively from now. So that was one breach and chase, right? In a row, okay? We're trying to summon him again. We'll get the breach, and then we'll get this, and then we'll get the chase as well. And then we'll see if he's going to come up from below. How long do these footprints stay, actually? Not too bad, actually. Not too bad, time-wise. Okay, so we got the breach. Let's get the chase. Let's get the chase. Where's the chaser? Where's the chaser? Should probably run a little bit back here, just in case. Is the chaser going to spawn in somewhere? Whereabouts? Whereabouts? Okay, there's the chaser spawned in. And then let's run. And again, that's the tease again. That's the second tease in a row with the breach and the chase. Huh? You don't look happy. What do you think about that, huh? Isn't there emotes as well? What's the button for emotes, actually? I don't know. Is the emotes been added in? I'm going to hold down each of these buttons to see. Each of these buttons on my keyboard to see if... Oh, shit. Didn't mean to press that one. Each of these buttons just to see if there's any emotes button. Oh, that's the button for that. And then... No. Maybe the emotes aren't on this version? Okay, that's the breach one. That's the breach one. Well, now where's the chase one? That's much closer, that breach, to be fair. Could be by chance, though. Could be by chance. Oh, F4. Not falling for that one. And now here's the chaser guy. So let's do our run. So that's now the third tease of the sandworm. Still not eating us from below. We'll die of dehydration before the bloody worm kills us, mate. Funny if he just turns back around and gets me. I feel like they didn't add it. I feel like they didn't add the emotes yet. Or the emote bar section thing. Oh, no, they did. It's hold down middle mouse button, right click, and then you've got the emotes. So we've got the threaten, point, no, follow, bow. Okay, let's maybe... So this is the... what's this? Oh my god, okay. Is this the fourth tease in a row? And chase, if we get the chase as well. Okay, there we go. Oh, no, no, no. Wait, what? I think that was supposed to have us. But I'm not sure. That was pretty sick. Okay, he's mad. He's not even popping up now. Is that going to be eaten? No? Interesting. Okay, I don't know if that was trying to swallow us up whole and it messed up. I don't know. But that was the fourth break and tease now, I think. This would be the fifth one. Jesus Christ. The anti-tease mechanic is not really there, I can't lie. I accidentally drove into the side of a worm and it threw me back really far. That's kind of funny, actually. I have noticed some of that stuff with the sand bikes if you hit something wrong. Yeah, I'm going to die by dehydration before this worm kills me. Maybe it isn't included in the beta, but I'd think that it would be included with the sandworm. It's just it's a pre-built-in mechanic. It seems weird that they'd have that turned off for the beta. Maybe it's a less chance of people dying. I don't know. To the sandworm so they can play it a bit more. And people are less complainy. Save that for the full game, maybe. Okay, so we got the breach. The fifth breach. He's going down. Let's see if we get the chase somewhere. Again, it feels like it's trying to open a hole there. Then we've got the chase on us, maybe. The chaser, yeah. We've got the chaser. Again, we're safe. Is he going to come from below now? Is he going to be mad at us? Nah. So, no anti-tease mechanic on the beta. We'll have to do a test when the actual game comes out, but no anti-tease so far. That was the fifth time teasing the worm with a break and an actual lure as well on him on the chase. And all times he has not gone for me. Or no, not properly. Not swallowed me from below anyway, at least. It's 11 o'clock. I don't know how we're still playing the beta. How are we still playing this? And how are we still even alive? This dehydration is definitely going to kill us before the worm. We'll try maybe one more worm break, and then we'll probably be dead. I think he's just done. I think with the anti-tease mechanic is we've pissed him off so much, he's not even bothering to kill us anymore. Maybe it's 23. Maybe it is. It just doesn't make sense for the time thing. Where they just meant everywhere it's going to be midnight. But that doesn't... Surely that can't be right. There's the breach. There's the breach. We're not even between zones, are we? We're in one clear zone here. And we'll wait for the chase. And here's the chase. And he's coming in. And we're going to do the same thing again. Jump over to the rocky land. So that's 6 times. I'm not going to tease him any more times. We'll be dead probably before the next tease. But that is 6 breaches and chases. So 6 breaches and chases and still nothing. Ride the sandworm. We're close to that. We'll try and do that again, actually. Well, let's see how glitched out we'll get if we sprint to the sandworm. We have now got reduced sprint now. Okay, we got him on the breach right in front of our faces. And now we need to get the chase nearby. Oh, he's trying to... Oh, I don't know. I think that could be something related to the anti-tease mechanic and it's not working properly, I think. I think that is anti-tease mechanic not working properly. That's what I think that is. I don't see it on the event announcements anymore. As in, what, the beta closing? What is going on? Oh! Whoa! We lagged out over here. Let's have a quick check on the Discord. This seems very bizarre. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Isn't there the in-game menu that I have? There's the in-game radio station, which I've not been able to get to work. I don't know if you have to be on a bike to use it. I can't remember where it was hidden away now, where I found it last time. Where did I find the... I had it one time, and I was checking it last time, but I can't remember now where the actual radio station stuff is. Does anyone remember what the radio station stuff is? Go to it is on social. And then Communet. I've never got any of these to work. Do I have to be in range of something? Oh no. There you go. Ah. Very cool. Oh, sick. Okay, now we're talking. I just didn't click it properly. I'm stupid. Huh? Did we just lose the radio station area? It does seem it's weird that's in social. That does seem weird. Ow! Oh, it's the cutscene. I thought it was us dying. My guy just naked as. God's sake. God's sake.
You might have seen my little pyrotechnics
Oh,
display
dear.
but whether you did or not, the long and short of it is that I must go, and quickly.
His addiction is
The
crazy
Sarkar
to
have my
destroying
scent,
stuff.
And the Emperor's hounds are not known for their mercy. I do not know when we will
While
meet
this is
again.
going through, let's double check. Beta announcements. It still says at the same time 23:59 CT. So maybe they do mean that for everything. We're not going to be able to revive ourselves.
To follow your path. Let the desert teach you as you
Okay,
walk in
we'll
the footsteps
teach
of
us
friends.
death, I guess, because we're dead now.
Find allies.
Let's go
It is
to our
hard to
base.
survive without friends.
And let's listen to some of these radio stations a bit more again, actually. Because I don't think I saw them last time. I was being stupid. Okay, so it's playing one of the radio stations now for us. Which radio station is this? Is this the Harkonnen one or the Atreides one? I don't know why it's buried away in social. It does seem weird that it's buried away here. That's the Atreides one. Ooh, so we've got none here. So going through them, let me just do this real quick. So we go on to... So we go in our hub, we go in our options, or we go in our inventory, social, communet, then we got them here. So we got harvester radio. So the station for spice miners and the common workforce, broadcasting ads, survival tips, music and entertainment. And the official station for House of Trades, broadcasting propaganda, motivational speeches, music and entertainment. The same thing here, the official station of House Harkonnen, broadcasting propaganda, slave fights coverage, oh my god, and music and entertainment.
Let's do a quick recap of the remaining contestants and their...
Oh, it's a slave fight right now.
Indeed, Maxim. First up, we have Amado Delfin, the pirate who recently met his end at the hands of the twins Morani.
That's jokes.
Tom has also fallen, leaving us with 7
That's really cool.
contestants.
That's right. Let's start with...
And then are these going to be that they come in the music? It happens. It says like weather emergency. Or are these like going to be new ones maybe? I don't know. Maybe they're going to be more. Probably.
Absolutely.
I guess we'll see as we go.
We have the Grey Lady. who
Maybe they're exclusive for the
Shadow Corridor. Her
ornithopters maybe.
has allowed her to dispatch
This is cool. If you want to listen to some radio station stuff and roaming, we're now getting kicked off now. So 7 past 11 is when we've been kicked off.
Disgraced guard captain who has barely survived the web of deception.
You're gonna have to kick me fully off. Connection to server lost. I'm gonna listen to this radio station.
Denying that he has shown surprising resilience.
Kaelin Sheaf, the former serving girl, has managed to evade numerous traps.
So listen to this.
And quick thinking have kept her alive so far.
The Fremen is catching up to Puikonem, and it seems inevitable...
We just can't exit our base. Oh, no! We were trying to listen to the slave fights. How rude. P34. Now we're getting back in. Damn it! All servers are gone. Our naked man is just left to waste away. Okay, well, at least we got to experience radio stations before the end, because I nearly missed that completely. I found the tab, actually. I was stupid, but I was clicking on it, and I didn't realize you had to click on the little icon itself to actually go into it. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So, that is the Dune Awakening beta. We have played Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. That is probably a total game time of maybe streaming. Obviously streaming the whole time we've been playing. So that is around about probably just under 20 hours, I think, of game time, streaming time as well. If you didn't miss any other streams, you want to watch them back, they're all on my YouTube channel on the live section. Some of them are individual, like they're in different parts, mainly because my internet went down. So typical stuff. Fun times. That should never happen again because our internet's been fixed today, luckily. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. There will be quite a lot of Dune Awakening YouTube videos coming soon. So you'll be missing me for a little while because there won't be as many streams. It'll be streaming Monday and Friday like we have been doing recently. Obviously, we played over Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday because of the beta weekend. If they do something like that again, I don't think they will. We'll obviously be doing the same again. But yeah, Monday and Friday will be streaming. There will be a load more Dune Awakening videos this week. I promise you, guaranteed 100%. There will be at least 2 videos of Dune Awakening. I know, not many. But I've got to work as well, guys, all right? Let me off. So there'll be at least 2 Dune Awakening videos this week. And then obviously when the game comes out 5th of June to early access, like 5 days early. And then the 10th of June. So we'll be streaming every day, probably from the 4th of June all the way to the 12th of June. Actually, screw it. We'll be streaming every day. We'll be streaming every day up until what weekend is... Let's have a look. We're going to be streaming all the way from the 4th of June. Okay. Every day up until the 16th of June. Okay. So you better go crazy because we're going to be going crazy, okay? 4th to the 16th of June, we'll be streaming every single day we will be live, okay? Every single day. So just under 2 weeks, not time, but we're streaming for just under 2 weeks. And it's nearly under less than a month to go before we will be doing that. So, hope you guys did enjoy. And stay tuned for more Dune videos. And yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy the Dune beta yourselves. And yeah, hopefully see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace out. Bye.